Gambler versus Batman. Ooh, right out the gate, Shang Tsung stole a soul steal here. Going right to Sub-Zero. Yeah, of course everybody knows these Sub-Zero combos.
But I've never seen King Gambler play Sub-Zero, nor have I. What is going on right here?
Yeah, a little strange here. Usually we were expecting the at least the Nightwolf pick here from King Gambler, but maybe just trying something out.
He has decided not to try to restore the Matoka tonight. He is trying to restore the Lin Kuei, baby.
I think he was just
Sub-Zero's dream. But boy, did this first round, I feel like all the wind and momentum he possibly had coming into this was taken away from him with that round 1 fight soul steal. Who does that? A mad lad. That's what Hatman's all about. And he's got the switch. Oh, he's styling on us.
Oh, definitely styling. Just a little bit here. Turning slightly purple as, you know, Shang Tsung's magic just does its work on you. Nice hit confirmed from King Gambler, going right into the free state and breaking away here right as soon as he goes airborne. But here comes that overhead. King Gambler making so much use of this corner here, popping him up for a corner-specific combo. And again, just continuing the mix here, going with the low instead. Woo! Just finishing the string, and man, oh man, King Gambler just guessing right on the offense. The throw there at the end to seal the deal, which is kind of a risky thing to do to finish someone's health. We've talked about that before. Down to pressure flow is a real force.
And it most certainly is. There's the shake, though. And looking ready, and look how active that jump, too, is hitting behind Shang Tsung. I'm seeing them break that out just more. Out of active frames on it, and now we got the Shang shenanigans. Is that a word?
Shang-nanigans. I think it is now. Soul Steal going right for it. Throw tech here coming out of King Gambler. Breaking lots of defense here, just kind of batting down at the door. Forward throw, I'm sorry, back throw as a reversal, you know, immediately as soon as you're, whoa! I can't believe that smoke became active in time.
That's going to be a lot of chip. He's got the third one coming, and wow! Hatman, incredibly unconventional Shang, doing some pretty sweet stuff here. We got the reversal of positions. We have, I haven't seen just that raw special move. I think it's quarter 2 where he makes it rain fireballs there at about sweep distance. I haven't seen that in a long time, not since the Spellmaster days of old, which is a really good, does a lot of good damage on hit, makes a little single or a little good damage, stands, things like that. And he's just doing stuff that I don't think Gambler's ready for. He doesn't look comfortable. I don't think any of us look comfortable. But one thing that we do know is that when he's gotten to the corner, got the mix established. Let's see if we can keep that going here. He's out here in the neutral. It's looking kind of wild.
Oh yeah, definitely wild. A lot of moves, you know, being able to be thrown from both these characters. You know, you have Sub-Zero, they can just kind of throw that slide in, which we saw, you know, Gambler diving into just a little bit. But, you know, he wasn't going too crazy. And really what it came down to, I think, was Shang using that smoke ability, the shake, in order to stop any kind of, you know, trades with the ice that are definitely going to be favoring Sub-Zero because of how long it captures you there. Man, I can't wait. I can't wait to see how this is. Right, just kind of step in. That move is so trippy, man. That move is so trippy. Throw down the red potion right down on top of his opponent here. Goes for the slide.
That scroll that he's summoning to put the red aura on Sub-Zero there, I think that just means that he's going to take more damage. I think that he can do multiple options off that. You saw the red, and then you see the purple there. And he's doing a lot of that in neutral, and I'm shocked that Gambler isn't calling out with slides like that. Exactly.
Yeah, but I mean, it is a very, very unsafe thing to do, and I guess that's not really Gambler's style. Going for the full string, it is plus, but there is a big flawless blockable gap.
You're telling me, Darth Arbor, that someone with the name of Gambler in their name's afraid to take a gamble? Is that what you're telling me right now?
It's you know what, he's throwing you off. You know, he's throwing you off.
His name is King Gambler. He better be gambling his life every button he presses.
He knows he's gambling enough by just playing this game, so you know that's enough of a gamble for him. Other than that, he's pretty safe in my book. Does like to jump, but hey, we're trying out some Sub-Zero here. Trying to go for some beautiful spacing here from King Gambler. Back it up and just hitting that back one, no problem. Thanks to this corner, getting a little bit more combo damage. I don't agree with the idea to amplify him out of the corner here, but I guess he just figures that Shang, you know, can do the switch at any point. So, you know, why really establish his corner pressure?
Yeah, exactly. Mix is going to come here. No, a lot of respect by Gambler right there. The blocky gets a big conversion here. It's going to be a nice... He loads the forward crushing blow. Maybe that was just to put some fear into Hatman, and it most certainly does. He wakes up into nothing, and then from the top rope comes a forward 2. Round on the board for King Gambler.
And see it, love to see it here. We always want to see a back and forth here. Final round in this game number 2, going for the switch now. And I love how King Gambler kind of reacted to the switch by kind of just wave dashing forward at him, and just filling in that gap with a down 4.
Yeah, as long as you can keep a closer space with Shang Tsung, that's really going to take away that option. If Sub-Zero's good at one thing, it's getting one hold of you and never letting go as the mix-ups are going to continue. There he goes, closing the gap just in case.
Looks like he was trying to think about that interactable here, but I love the spacing from Hatman. He didn't back off too much where that interactable was actually going to do anything, and he's going back in. Just kind of playing that mid or close to mid range game perfectly here. I think that's going to be all she wrote, or very close to it. No, didn't even go for the breakaway there at the end. He might have been able to survive. Yeah,
I would have tried.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess when you're down with, no defensive bar, you don't have the last breath mechanic, you don't have, the option to roll or wake up attack. So it was either going to come down to delay wake up or no delay wake up. So I guess maybe he went for it and it just didn't come out, or maybe he's just kind of reserving himself, his effort for the next round where it was it can be more effective. You know what I mean?
There's definitely times where you check out in moments like that as a competitor, where you're just like, you know what, it's really not worth my effort to where I'm pretty much 99% guaranteed death right here unless I do something really wild.
Yeah.
And let's just and so right there you just kind of start the mental composure reset right then and there, versus having to worry about that at a character select screen, at a rematch screen. You've already begun it. You got a little more time to yourself as well.
Exactly. Perfectly.
1-1.
There. Is there any? Oh, do we have any kind of changes here? No, looks like it seemed like it was the same loadout here, so nothing crazy, nothing different. Going right for that chip damage here, just kind of pushing him back as much as possible. I feel like this is just kind of like to control the zoning war a little bit. I do love to see in any Shang.
You see the aggression coming from King Gambler, who has only since around that first round of the second game, he's had a lot more aggressive instinct to go forward. Right there, meeting a nice steal. Oh, here we go. This has some extra damage on it too. Woo! Look at that, just a regular combo to a 360. That is some who even uses Soul Steal anymore with Shang Tsung? No one does.
No.
Hatman's doing the unconventional, and I'm here for it. I'm living for it.
I love it, man. And also the fact that you have to be so technical, or at least like you got to have at least one B&B down with every character when you run into this, if you're trying to use this character.
What mix? Oh, that was intergalactic. Just knew. I think all of us knew that a 50-50 fatal blow was coming.
I mean, I like how King Gambler is kind of setting up the forward 4 crushing blow. He was frozen at the end, tries at the requirement for the 2 in the row, ending the combo there with just the regular forward 4. That does count as the first one. Oh, the Soul Steal from, again, that max range. Such a good tool to use there. Down 4's coming out.
Oh, look at the recovery on that. Whew.
Instant.
A couple times put up forward. Okay. There's some savagery from Gambler on the raw slide. Who really wants to close this gap? Go. Here we go.
In the corner, closer and closer we are. There's definitely a huge gap there, but King Gambler just kind of staying on defense, not really looking to take any kind of risk there, in case he goes for the gapless string there. Back 1-4 and just kind of waits it out. Possibly could have gone for some kind of stagger pressure. Does the full string, and no flawless block here coming out of King Gambler.
Wow.
Love the hit confirm. Love the hit confirm. And we're going to be cashing in big.
Like a presence of mind to do nothing and then just assume that empty jump was coming and to already have the 1-2 input. That was pretty solid right there from King Gambler.
I loved it, and I think it was so, not only that, but also being able to recognize that it worked and going into the unsafe on block ice ball. So because that's a 2-hitting string, that's pretty fast. Not the easiest thing to hit confirm in this game.
Oh, it is not. Been dangerously close to the corner, and that has been like a complete neutral reset tool for Hatman, which is exactly how I saw it utilized back in the day. I just haven't seen it in such a long time. But everything on block, you can keep safe, reset the neutral. That's a big cash out though, and another side switch for Gambler. We're starting to abuse that down four a little bit more. He's sick of Hatman getting to press the buttons out here. He's like, nah, man, always gonna be my turn, and this is pure offense right now. And he escaped. And look at that, resets neutral, gives you some space, gives you some breathing room. Every single time, Hatman's done a good job of utilizing that. He's standing his ground in this corner though.
Oh yeah, definitely just kind of waiting for it. Oh, just a regular empty jump there. Didn't want to commit to any button, get some kind of recovery, and there it is, the switch here from Shang Tsung. I know it's a little hard to follow here, but either way, a frozen body going to be the easy hit confirm here from King Gambler as he just kind of jumps in, does his thing, finishes the combo. That's all he needed here. 2-1. We do need one more game here from King Gambler. First to threes as we move on in this top 8 bracket. And you know, at first I know this is a character, as you pointed out, this isn't a character that we're used to seeing from King Gambler.
Yeah,
but I'm loving it, and I feel like a lot of people this week have been, you know, trying to put new characters to the test. You know, obviously new characters to them. You know, we're used to seeing King Gambler using Nightwolf, and even before that it was Scarlet. But hey, man, Sub-Zero could be good for certain matchups.
It's crazy how he's gotten more aggressive with his character choices as the game has gotten older and older here, and how much scarier Sub-Zero is. You know, if you look at what he was able to do with Nightwolf at the highest possible level of Mortal Kombat 11, to eat people up with the mix-up of throw, 1-1-1, and down 3, and a much slower overhead. Now he's got Sub-Zero who could just at will throw a mix-up with even scarier cash outs. And so I like this move kind of overall. He's kind of giving himself even more firepower with something that he might already be used to.
Yeah, could be that at all. But I mean, look, man, just Jackie is
this
always
is a different monster.
Yeah, this is always going to be something that's just so good. She's got some of the best mids in the business. Damage output is insane. Mobility is insane. Look at that flawless block up 2 here coming out of King Gambler. Beautiful anti-air to kind of stop her offense, but not going to stop her completely if she does find openings afterwards. Oh. She didn't believe. She didn't believe.
Guys, when you play a character with a jump one like that, you always believe. When you've got the Sistine Chapel reaching jump 1, you better abuse it. If you guys know what the Sistine Chapel is, Google it. It's David doing the long reach with his arm. It looks just like it. Really big distance. Just no belief out of Hatman there. But he's looking really solid. This is the character he got really far in early on the West in points. Had a couple of huge top 8s. He's been really consistent since. And it's been this play right here. Loves the dot damage so much. Listen, he probably doesn't even feel bad for eating this combo because he's already done the damage to King Gambler.
Oh, yes, that's totally fair here. Oh, back-to-back slides here at the end. Right after one was done, the other one was coming right in. Oh, tries to hit that overhead elbow drop, but King Gambler swinging before she makes, before it becomes active, before she makes contact. I love how he's just challenging there with that stand button. You know, that stand low. I believe that's a stand 2. Oh, tries.
Whoa! I thought he backdashed into it. Backdashed into a flawless block. No.
I thought he got punished for backdashing, but he actually
did he cancel the backdash with a block, and then it just happened to be perfect, and he just believed.
So good. King Gambler really pulling out all the stops here, but this is dangerous territory. It could be one fatal blow into the end of King Gambler's life here. Oh, he's
gonna go punish. He's still alive here. Chances are still on the screen here for Hatman. Damage is on the board. Wake up, jump kick. It ended up being something savage out of King Gambler. Anything could have gotten him killed in that move. And he survived so many things defensively too. On match point now is Gambler, and he's going in, baby.
And big time here. Gonna have the corner positioning. No, decides to fulfill the crushing blow requirement. Now the next EX slide, I believe, is gonna lead into some big damage. Maybe he's looking to bypass Jackie's fatal blow altogether, but right now he's taking a lot of dot damage. But again, King Gambler's so on point with this. Flawless blocks up 2 is not so easy to do, especially against a character, you know, with these crazy jump-in options like Jackie. With King Gambler in his head, has the timing down, was looking for the breakaway, but didn't give it to him. Fatal blow is a thing, so one hit confirm is going to be the win here for King Gambler if he does find it. He's looking for the easy ice. He just goes for it. Okay. You were saying that he has to gamble more, or he has to be the king of gambling, but that is it. He did it.
Hear me out. Arma, hear me out. Did he He already came off of his slide crush, correct?
No, he didn't use it yet. It was loaded.
I thought that
was
he
for the
used it.
win.
I thought that he used it in the round prior. Okay, if it was for the win, I 10,000%. I 45,222% agree with it. If it's gonna kill. If it wasn't gonna kill, I don't know why you go for the slide in that moment. I also don't remember if he came off the crushing blow or not. I have no clue.
It's so funny. We always talk about how we there's so much happening that sometimes you forget what just happened. But I want to say that he had it loaded. I remember 2 back-to-back EX slides in the first round, and then he had one more in the second round that threw him out of the corner. In my head, I was like, oh, why did he throw him out of the corner? Oh, it's because he wanted to fulfill the crushing blow requirement. So I want to say that he had it loaded and ready to go. But man, that was it did not work out for him. That slide got blocked, and King Gambler became the king of getting punished.
That is what we, sometimes that's the way she goes. That is the way she goes. He definitely had his moments there where he could have closed it out. But we can give Hatman some credit. He's been rather clutch himself, both defensively and offensively here. This is just what we call a wonderful match because we're in a game 5, baby.
I love King Gambler's confidence here in this Sub-Zero to just go, oh my god, did you see how he just dashed out of dodge here?
Oh, that was sexy looking.
And that actually punishes Jackie committed to a string, or I'm sorry, to a swing on the way down here. Rise at the down 4, but just out of range there. Sub-Zero, come on guys, we can't downplay this normal button. I know it's a high, but it's just so good. Look at the fact that you can just equip it with, optimal footsies here. You're just backing off, and everybody's just whiffing for days. I believe that was
and it's got something magical in Mortal Kombat 11 as he gets another match point here. Active frames. When he puts that bad boy out there and you breathe wrong,
you breathe wrong. You definitely don't want to breathe wrong. Yeah, you definitely don't want to breathe wrong in front of Sub-Zero. Looks like he went for the up 2 after the flawless block, but he got stuffed out clean. Remember, those don't have invincibility frames. The spacing here from King Gambler is immaculate. Goes for the full string and just blocks afterwards. Doesn't get crazy, doesn't take any risky slides. Goes for the overhead though. Speaking of risk here, King Gambler cashing in. No! Drops it, doesn't hit that crushing blow as mid-screen. It does get a little tricky there.
He has a moment. Oh, beautiful. Anti-air had the bar for the pickup too. And nice damage, 250 off the anti-air down 1. Or someone was like right there. Pressure's on for Hatman, and this is life alert time. He is 1 hit from being in the losers bracket of this tournament, but he's looking good in points. No matter how this goes, both players looking great here on the west side of things. The throw gonna put Hatman in the losers. King Gambler doing it big with Sub-Zero, breaking out the ice cream truck. He's probably gonna try to stuff her in it. Oh no, okay.
No. It's a friendship. If that was
that would be a fatality. Now that would be a fatality.
What if there was a secret input during the friendship animation that turned the friendships into fatality? I mean,
that's the future right there, where the friendship begins and then it goes downhill really quick. That's the future of friendships. I agree.
The secret input is just teabagging. Just keep adding down as much as possible. I don't know. That's what I heard. It's just a little rumor. But no, that was you really got to give it up for King Gambler for wanting to put so much on the line with like a newer character to him. I mean, maybe he's been playing Sub-Zero for a while, but definitely not the character he's known for.
Yeah, absolutely, and he's looking great. Decent in points at 10th. That's kind of secure here as this goes along. But guys, let's talk about the entire pro competition for you. Let's break this thing down. A lot of regions. A lot of finales. We are here in the North American League. It's split between East and West. The top 16 from both are going to advance to the finals. Every other region, the top 8 in points, is going to make it to the sub-region finals. Points are on the line every single week. $10,000 per sub-region, $5,000 per sub-region there for Liga Latina, $5,000 per sub-region for the Intercontinental Finals. Europe East, Europe West, Middle East, Oceania, Brazil, Mexico, Latin America North, and South outside of North America. That is the entire pro competition. There's only 1 week left after this event for North America. A lot of the other ones, I believe, are on their last week as well. So everyone's trying to secure those points. And if we can, let's talk about those points, because a lot of people that are in the running for West aren't in this top 8, nor were they near this top 8 looking at the bracket. And a lot of these people can creep in at the last moment. Hatman, I thought was in a better position. Looking at it, he's at 17th. Top 8 here, he's going to creep up in there, right? And Pop-Tart as well, tied for 18th. So just a couple of way. And with a top 8 here, could put themselves barely in. And then they'll be fighting for their lives in week number 8. And that's just a couple of the breakdowns here tonight. And speaking of Pop-Tart, also chat, please, if you will. 1, praise the sun. 2, tell me your favorite Pop-Tart flavor.
Yo, favorite Pop-Tart flavor. Everyone wants to know. I think my favorite one is mid command grab, which is, you know, with this Pop-Tart is it definitely known for here because this is Kotal Khan. And
I mean, listen. The mid command grab Pop-Tart has 180 grams of protein. All right. If you go in for another bite, it's more like 200 grams of protein.
Savage.
That's just a good nutritional breakfast for anyone.
Sure. Let's pretend everyone loves eating mid command grabs here from Kotal Khan. But Pop-Tart pushing him back here with the disc toss. Whoa, Liu Kang makes that connection there with the stand 1-2. But Wise Gemini just kind of throwing it out there as a little feeler. But here comes the command grab, big damage, and look at that. I love how fast he dashed in as he got up. Like, that is experience. That is knowing that Kotal Khan's, you know, normals take him far away from you. So if you take too long to swing on that getup, you're not going to catch him.
Yeah, that's the thing about Kotal. You have to get him whiffing. If he whiffs, he is very negative on almost every single one of the strings he's going to do. Wise Gemini knows the matchup really well. It gets a beautiful conversion there. He has to avoid this. It doesn't matter what the health lead is. It doesn't matter who you are as a character. As a person, you can die here.
Anyone.
Guaranteed.
Anyone can die.
Oh my God, what a read! But those are the reads that it's going to take Arma to survive against Papa Khan here in the corner.
You gotta jump. You gotta jump. Mid command grabs, no neutral ducking. You have to commit to jumping, but that's where it gets scary because once you jump, you cannot block. So it's gonna be a big guessing situation. Beautiful punish here from Pop-Tart. Tries to go for the command grab at the end, but Wise Gemini, I love the idea to break away there once you have the spacing. You know, he's got all this real estate to work with behind him. He can kind of move back and forth and just wait for that time to come back, wait for that defensive bar to come back. Pop-Tart keeping it relatively safe here. Oh, what an anti-air. Beautiful stuff here.
That's the big boy stuff right there. You don't see a lot of Kotal Khans break that out often. But equipping Con Cut gives you... Oh, no! That was probably an input error trying to get a discount and keep it safe. Or want to take a really big risk. Either way, he lost
risk.
350 for that.
Oh, I don't know if one stray low is worth it, but hold on a second. He's gonna have some corner control here. Not gonna amplify it to make sure he gets a little bit better. Oki here, not sure what that stand 3 was. Maybe he was trying to finish the string, maybe trying to get a little tricky.
Yeah, that stand 3. Oh no, that stand 3 alone is plus on block, and if you would let the string rip, he could have been plus as well. And so I think he was trying to bait him with a button or to block, try to do a command grab. Either way, not gonna work out, and he misses the fade. Oh my goodness, what?
He went right under. He went right under. Maybe he did it a little too early.
That feeling when your fatal blow is too fast. When have we ever said that before in our lives?
That is the privilege of Liu Kang. Fatal blow that's just way too fast. Way too fast.
Here by Pop-Tart offensively too. Right when he got momentum. Luckily he didn't get punished harder for that. And still was able to hold on to that defensive bar. These boys right here swinging right there. Look at Wise making a second massive read on a command grab.
Let's hit that low fire. I was at a high fireball there in the air, but here comes the command grab, dipping him over to the other side, trying to hit some normals here, keeping him back, nice and safe. The disc toss, and look at that wave dash. He just moves way too fast. Love this.
Just want some Hawaiian punch, man.
That's it. That's all he wants. Anti-air for Gang, stand 1, MK9 style here. Oh, that down 1 whiffing right in front of him.
I don't mean any pun by this, but he was playing with fire by doing that wake up stand 1.
Oh, super scary.
Oh,
super scary.
Here we go. Freaking the blood. He's got a damage boost. Everyone panic. And that is going to do it. Wise Gemini. Try to wake up jump right there, it looked like. Either way, Pop-Tart just, I felt like, survived for most of that match where I felt like Wise Gemini was kind of in control of the pace of it. And then the command grab started connecting there at the end. He had done a great job for 2.5 rounds. But Pop-Tart was able to secure it.
You got to remember the fatal blow drop where Wise Gemini, hit the flawless block up too, because that is definitely, as much as I, say Kotal is downplayed, he definitely has a lot of gaps in his strings. So
my man risks his life for 18%. That's all I'm gonna say.
So Wise Gemini picked up on that. Flawless block up 2. And I think if he had input that fatal blow just a little bit later, it wouldn't have gone to the other side, and that would have been his round, his game. Like, Pop-Tart was down to nothing. He definitely wouldn't have survived a fatal blow if it connected.
And it was off of like a godlike flawless block. Like everything was right there for Wise to be up 1-0 and like fully in the driver's seat. But now we got a completely different match. And let's see if Pop-Tart can, you know, as someone with not as much experience, can step up here and take hold of the momentum. He's had a lot of input errors, but aside from that, it's been incredibly solid.
I loved how Wise Gemini just kind of buffered in that flying kick there, getting under that disc. Not an easy thing to do, something you really got to practice. Tries to go for the low, super unsafe stuff, but here comes a big jumping kick. And what a conversion, man. It's such a strange little air-to-air exchange. Looks like he was trying to bait out maybe a forward roll, but I guess...
It looked like what he did worked, it just wasn't like close enough to the ground, right?
Yeah.
Where he saw the wake up and tried to snipe him with the fireball.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I was thinking here. Kotal still alive because he's got a little bit extra health here. Flawless block.
A little bit.
Any other character would have been dead, all right? That's all I'm saying. Any other character would have been dead already. All right? No more. No more. Extra health.
Oh, wow. That's what happened to him. We have a 40 frame normal. Just kidding, guys. I'm gonna stop downplaying here. I had to.
It's a perfect balance of downplaying and upplaying. All right.
That's right. All right. Now that he hit him, absolutely broken. Take him out of the game. Oh no.
Oh, had to break away there. Didn't want to take any. I mean, he's down to nothing, man. He's got no life left. Look at Wise Gemini just bouncing back out of this. I do like how Pop-Tart challenged there, because a lot of people think, you know, most things in this game do leave you at an advantage on a hit, but I guess because Liu Kang's bicycle kick leaves you in a standing position there, it actually isn't plus for Liu Kang. I believe he's like slightly negative, like -1 or 2. So, you know, Pop-Tart challenged correctly there with the down 1, but I just think he might have been a little too slow. I think what happens a lot is, you know, as the Liu Kang player, you're in that position all the time, whereas the Kotal player, you know, not every game are you getting bicycle kicked. So you don't really know that timing down perfectly. And, you know, if he challenged a little bit better or, you know, was frame perfect, he might have been able to get the clean hit and maybe command grab, but, you know, that's neither here or there. Didn't challenge correctly. Could be something that he could look into a little bit later, but, you know, we trek on. We trek on here. Do we have any kind of loadout change here, Mr. Aquaman?
He brought the Jaguar.
Okay.
Which I don't really like in this matchup. It's better for the zoning because Liu Kang can really effectively zone Kotal Khan, but that's not what this matchup in particular has been about to me. It's been about the up close game. Pop-Tart just you know, that last one he wasn't able to get anything crazily, you know, on the offense going as far as getting command grabs to hit more than once. You know, he'd get one command grab and then wouldn't really get much off of that knockdown. And I feel like in this matchup in particular, you need to be that brute Osh tech to get one hit and try to take that health bar off of it. But he's playing a little more safe, and that's just what works for him. Now the Jaguar is going to take away some of the zoning. Is going to force some up close game. It's not punishable in the amplified version, but then you're in Liu Kang stagger territory. Oh my goodness.
I can't believe he short hopped over that command grab, and this time command grab connecting no problem. Mids, why not? Tries to go for the air to air.
Oh, and that's what I'm talking about, right? Stuff like right there, Arma, where he can. Okay, never mind. We get it all over again. That was no fear. Wave dash up command grab, and Wise Gemini had been challenging those with the 1-2s kind of on reaction to seeing the advancement forward. He finally caught Wise Gemini kind of in some respect there.
Yeah.
Because he was at forward 2 range.
Exactly. That perfect range there. All right, we're going to be amplifying it. Yes, keeping him in the corner.
That's a lot of damage.
So much damage, and look at the Oki there. Doesn't expect the delay wake up there, but hold on a second. Big crushing blow. Needs to. Oh, what a risk. What a risk.
But if that works, you pretty much win the match, right? That's what's scary about that situation. And Wise has done a great job of avoiding death, and even waited at the down 4 Jaguar. That catches a lot of people off guard trying to counter poke. Oh no. That 1-2-2 of Kodals is infamous for making every flawless block whiff, even though it is flawless blockable.
It gets a little tricky there. Sometimes you just got to get nice and exact. The double down ones here coming out of Pop-Tart.
Yeah, I feel like I've never seen someone so correct on his command grab. This is insanity.
Yeah, and the other thing that's really cool about Liu Kang also is that, you know, once he does jump to the air, it's a little hard to predict. I mean, he can mess with the air trajectory just a little bit by throwing in a fireball. And I think Wise Gemini's just been really good at recognizing, you know, when he's got to get a little tricky on those jumps when they aren't against command grabs. What a flawless block there. Super duper aggressive there. Right after the end of your slightly negative string, you're ready for that perfect timing. How many times Mr. Aquaman has that command grab whiff because the tick throw attempt hit?
He's gonna need one here. Oh man, if Wise has been on every single time, whether it be the command grab, he's holding up, or on the string, he's flawless blocking. Pop-Tart might need to start doing stand one tick throws, raw command grabs, something. Speaking of a raw command grab, Wise gives him a taste of his own medicine there. Without that breakaway, he was about to be on life alert, and the throw's gonna do it. Wise going up 2-1 here.
Yeah, I guess the variation change didn't really pan out too well. Honestly, it didn't really go through fireballs. And, you know, like you said, Wise Gemini wasn't winning at that range. He wasn't zoning him out. He wasn't keeping him away. He was just challenging, you know, perfectly up close. You know, Liu Kang's got a great mid. It leads into good damage, good situations for himself. And he's been calling out the command grab so well. Whether
Crazy good accuracy on that. And that's not even, like, that's not tech. That's not anything specific. That's him just being right in a guess for your life situation. And he just happens to be right more times than not so far.
Look, man, when you cash in big, when you get those, you know, those correct guesses, I mean, you know, it evens out. Whether, you know,
I'm waiting for like layer 2 to unlock for Pop-Tart, where he does 1-2 con cut. Oh, if I see that and it works. Anyways,
1-2.
That's just me from the outside looking in. But
look, man, it leads into a combo, but it is super duper duper unsafe on block. I mean, I don't know if we are going in there.
Oh my goodness! I thought that was gonna whip. That didn't look like it was in range. Okay, that was broken.
It's because he's so tall. Just reaches those stretch Armstrong arms.
Liu Kang breathed wrong, and he had just extended his box there. That's all that happened. Pressure's on for Wise. He has not fallen for any of these Kotal Khan shenanigans. And I see a lot of people susceptible to.
Yeah. I mean, look, you can kind of... And I guess he's just... Pop-Tart is trying to establish to Wise Gemini, like, hey, after I'm done poking, that is probably not your turn. I can cancel into something that's relatively safe. But, you know, Wise Gemini just kind of doing a great job of waiting his turn, waiting the time for the clear when that limb comes back after the cancel frame.
And this is how we usually see the matchup go. Kotal Khan trying to wave dash and forward 2. So this is the struggle bus for Kotal. He doesn't really have a way in on Liu Kang. If Liu Kang wants to play this zoning game, right? And I talked about how Wise has a lot of matchup knowledge, and boy oh boy are we seen it on display. That man parried the Jaguar.
So good. So good. And really it's just kind of like, you know, options that beat other options, and he's just kind of one step ahead perfectly in front of Pop-Tart. Does go for the cut there at the end to try to cash in big. Oh, gotta be close enough. Yes.
If only he did the 1-2 con cut. If only he did the 1-2 con cut. He's been all over the 1-2 has Wise. Pop-Tart might need to change things up, like I said. Start ending that early. The stand 1 ticks. The down 1. Like right there, if he did a stand 1 command grab, he would have found himself in the corner.
Yeah, I mean, or if he right there at the end, if he did 1-2 con cut, he would have actually launched Wise Gemini right there up into the air. But this time, Wise Gemini.
Oh no!
That's it. That is all she
I think that what that came down to, at the end of the day, was Pop-Tart falling victim to, and again, we've all been there. I'm still there. He could fall into patterns, and it can be really hard to break those patterns.
Fatality.
Yeah, it's way tougher to see something, you know, when you're on the inside.
Yeah, while you're the one doing it, right?
Yeah, I mean, you know, obviously you can point things out in terms of like technique or strategy when you're on the outside looking in. But again, this is what, you know, good players go through. You know, players that want to go to the next level. You know, you want to get better. Definitely check out your own matches. See what you did and break down situation after situation. Why was this so predictable? Why did Wise Gemini jump here? And, you know, look at options to counter things or how decisions could have been made differently to approach. Mr. Aquaman, you were saying, I can't wait to see the next layer of mix-up where we could see 1-2 con cut.
And it never came. And even there, the other different layers of stand one, of other buttons, right? Other tick throws that he has, and raw command grab alone, he gave Wise too much breathing room to make that read. I feel like he should have been a lot quicker in his strike throw game, but not going to matter here. Wise advances on the winner's side, and Pop-Tart will still be alive down there on the losers. And let's talk about Astro real quick. Huge shout outs to them, the official audio partner of the Mortal Kombat 11 Pro competition. All of our caster audio is powered by them for the entirety of the season. Go visit astrogaming.com for all of the information on their officially licensed PlayStation products available now. Go check them out, guys.
A lot of good stuff there. A lot of good stuff here. Just like we're seeing a lot of great stuff here in this top 8 bracket. So winners finals is solidified there with King Gambler, who made it over Hatman. And we had Wise Gemini, who was the victor over Pop-Tart. But that's not the end of those two competitors. They will be knocked down into the losers bracket, into losers round 2, where they're going to be meeting the winners of 2 different losers round 1 matches. What do we have here, Mr. Aquaman? You're very excited. Very excited. Yeah. Ooh.
I want to say that Crispy Fungus and Pop-Tart met already in this bracket, and Crispy pretty good in the Kodokan matchup as well, but I want to say Pop-Tart took it on the winner's side. Bullet Kick, we don't have much information on. I believe is a Kung Lao player from the information we got from him earlier. I'm going to look for the confirmation on that, which excites me. We haven't seen a lot of Kung Lao a lot in competitive as well, which is surprising. That character's kind of always had a presence here. And for Crispy Fungus, it's always been the collector for me.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like we saw a lot of Kung Lao early, in the game's life. And then it just kind of evolved to more things. I think what Kung Lao did a lot was pretty basic strategy, mostly strike throw game oriented, but in the beginning, strategies like that are super duper effective. When you can break down something so easy there, someone who's just afraid to, get thrown over and over again, get Oki on the back throws, or anything like that. It's just kind of, where you kind of rinse and repeat. And that's pretty much what that character did in a lot of sense, on top of also having a great jumping presence.
It was pretty good. And he got a little bit more, I don't know, a little more cool in customs too, where he doesn't have the most options, but he still has a lot of different ways to kind of play him with those few tools. If you put them together, you can still create something that where you can try to find yourself in the gameplay, right? Whether it be the spirits, whether it be the different hats that go all over the place. I think there's a hat for everything. If you're a Kung Lao main.
If you're a Kung Lao main, you say, I got a hat for that, and just equip a different...
I got a hat for that, bro.
Got a hat for that. Equip a different variation, different customs, and, that's what's really fun. And it's been a great addition to, the competitive scene here. Everybody trying to, play their own style, just like Mr. Aquaman said. You want to find yourself, you want to see what makes your character a little bit different. What do we have here, Mr. Aquaman?
I was looking at the bracket, and Crispy Fungus actually fell to Cobra Tango, who we'll see in the next match on the winner's side, and then Pop-Tart and Tango are the ones that played for top 8. I got that mixed up there. So Crispy Fungus only losing to someone that's also in this top 8. That's not the worst day at the office, right? You're still like, what? Hey, we're both in top 8. I can get the run back. If you can get a couple more wins here.
Yeah, that's right. Run back could, you really love when if you get the run back on someone and you're the one who wins the second time around because you're in the losers bracket, and that's where
there's almost no better feeling.
Oh man, that's where it means more. Like, and it's funny because you look back on it and you're like, well, you won one and I won one, but
I eliminated you from the tournament.
Exactly. Yeah, but I
placed higher. So. I mean, if Ifs and Buts was candies and nuts, we'd all have a Merry Christmas over here,
That's right. So that's, we could be seeing shades of that, and we've seen it, and it does happen. Players play differently when, more is on the line, your tournament life on the line, more points are on the line here, a little less pressure in those first few rounds, the Saturday pool play, way less pressure. And not only that, you're also... Today, they're going to be playing on stream for everybody to watch. I know you guys are all itching to see high-level Mortal Kombat 11 action. Look no further, man. Northeast.
Looks like we're just trying to get that match together. By the way, looks like they're bullets trying to get in right now. And guys, we'll get the match going. And once we get to it, connections don't work perfectly all the time. as we all know. So just give us a few minutes to try to get this match going.
Yeah,
Bullet
I promise you, we're not keeping you here because we want to. Like, we want to watch the match too. I love when people are just like, "Oh man, I wish they would just stop so we could watch the match." Like, why aren't you guys playing the match? Look, man, not a perfect world. Definitely not a perfect world today. So many things going on, but we are.
Do you think that we want to sit here and just talk to you guys? Is that what you guys? I'm just kidding.
No, but you gotta love it, man. Sometimes people just don't understand. But yes, we are getting through it. Some technical difficulties. Sometimes NAT settings aren't the best thing in the world. Could be that. Could be anything. But
it could be a lot of things. That's for sure. As someone that's tried to put some invites out to people, yeah, it could come down to an awful lot. But hopefully we get him in. You can get him, get him on stream to show us what he's all about. That's what making a top 8 is for in an event like this, right? It's getting that name out there, getting the experience, because this is going to be one of his first times getting put in the spotlight, right? And that's a different pressure for a lot of people for the first time if they've never been playing against someone else on stream that might have experience. And I know for a fact that my first few events, I couldn't even do a combo because my hands were shaking so much,
You're getting the jitters?
Yeah, it was just this the entire time, and I didn't do one combo, and I got 50-50 to death. Because I didn't block either, so...
Everybody always underestimates what adrenaline does to you, like when you're playing in a fighting game tournament, or I guess any...
You can shut down, mentally and physically.
Yeah, easily. Or like even... I remember the first time I ever paid attention to adrenaline was playing Dragon God. That's a very, very old name.
Oh, yeah. Dragon God, let's go.
Dragon God. Very, very old name, but it was like early Injustice 1 stuff. Me and him were playing on stream, and it came down to the wire. He barely beat me, and he got up. He's like, good games, man. That was really, really good set. And his hand was like trembling.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, are you okay? He's like, yeah. When it's like a close set, the adrenaline just like goes through me. And I'm like, but you're a long-time OG fighting game player. And he's like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I still get adrenaline rushes.
Every time it's close, every time on a stream, even me, would like I tried to play a couple of, I entered a couple of Champions of the Realms in the last season. And like, when the matches got close, I was still, getting those jitters. I'm like, dang, these boys are swinging right now.
You love it, man. You love it. It's such a good feeling. It's such an awesome feeling.
I thought, oh man, I'm glad I didn't bet on this. I thought we weren't going to see another Cetrion today. I thought we were going to be Cetrion free the entire day here in the pro competition. But Fungus breaks out Mother Nature for us here.
Hey, why not, right? You're going to be pushing back with nice...
Right, Abyss?
Look at this, man. Look at this tornado stuff. Walls coming up. Here comes the boulders as Kung Lao trying to dive kick over those projectiles. Love the challenge here right after that rock wall. A lot of people don't realize if she doesn't amplify it, she can actually not block for quite some time. Now, don't get that confused with downplaying because it's definitely not fair. Definitely not a fair character. Down 3, tries to go for the throw there. Looks like, looks like he was just not blocking, not looking to block anything coming out of Kung Lao, which is very, very risky stuff, man. Kung Lao hits really, really hard. He's going to make this comeback here. Has the perfect corner positioning here to keep her down, but here comes the wake-up down poke. Hate to see it.
It all depends on what side you're looking for. If you're a massive fan of Cetrion, you'll love to see it here.
Love to see it.
Oh, it's just like you love to see the active frames that everything that she spits from her hands is going to put on the screen here. Give you the wall. Oh, tried to counter the hat with the pinata, but not today. We got some offense here going for Bullet Kick, who ends his throw with one. And throws the possessed hats. Whoa! And these are those other hats I was talking about. If whatever you want them to do, he's got a hat for it. And he's rocking some cool ones here.
Definitely has a hat for it. The squiggly hat, multiple hitting. And it does get tricky coming out of certain strings here. Down 3 right after that empty jump, but here comes Cetrion keeping him away with the tornado. Tries to throw up that rock wall, but Kung Lao's jump is just a little floatier than most. That is not going to be a good look here for Bullet Kick. Left in a standing position, but doesn't think the throw's coming. Good blocks here from Bullet Kick. Getting tripped up a little bit there at the end of these strings, possibly thinking a stagger's coming, but that's going to be it here. First be Fungus taking that first game with Cetrion.
looking strong. That one execution error, and we were talking about it. Could it be the moment? Could it be where we are, where we saw a 100 out of 100 in practice mode combo be dropped by someone like Bullet Kick here? You know, that spin cost him everything. That would have even us up on health, got some momentum going. And Fungus is out here just putting as many active frames on the screen as I feel like that he can, just to stop any kind of approach that Kung Lao wants to do. And that's how the matchup should be played. It's all about, you know, being in control, as Mama Nature should be.
Yeah, I mean, she doesn't necessarily do a ton of damage, so I feel like you can get a little riskier with her. Obviously, she does have that one crushing blow from the string that pops you up into good damage. She also has the one-time use fatal blow, but outside of those things, she doesn't really do a ton of damage. So I want to see a little bit more risky play coming out of Bullet, just to kind of, you know, put her on her toe, keep her on her toes, and, you know, the risk reward definitely in your favor. You hit so hard as Kung Lao when you go for the crazy reads, and they are right. But look at that backdash here. One thing Cetrion definitely has is a really good backdash. The mobility from this character is insane. On top of that, love the teleport here coming out of Kung Lao over the other side.
No! Right when he thought he had the momentum. Why Crispy did a wake-up wall to begin with is kind of crazy. He let that bad boy rip, but a big change. Bullet Kick put the possessed hat away and brought that aerial teleport. Let's see if he can get something out of nothing here, because that is unfortunate for him to think that he got some momentum. The wake-up wall changing everything and hitting him with the rock stilettos. That's not fair.
Not fair at all. Crispy Fungus changing it up just a little bit. The play style a little bit more aggressive, I think. You know, especially going with that wake-up rock wall. I mean, that's something you do when you're so confident of your up-close game. Keeping him far away there. Flawless block to minimize as much as possible the mobility from Kung Lao. The dive kick as it just soars over Cetrion. Standing position, no throw this time either. Just kind of backing off, waiting for Kung Lao to you know, make the first move. Here comes the dive kick. But,
right,
you know,
here we go.
No real combos, no real damage coming out of Bullet Kick here.
The stray hits here and there. It's kind of the same thing for Cetrion, but that's what we're used to seeing because she gets a lot of hits naturally, right? All of these special moves, active frames on the screen that you are trying to survive a Ultimate Warrior course here. Just try to get to Cetrion to begin with. And that's where you lose a lot of your health, and that's where you see him, you know, by the time he gets in, he's low on health, and he just hasn't gotten the hits to kind of catch back up, which is what Kung Lao should do in this matchup. You know, one hit, 30%, corner, neutral jump kick. I mean, I just wrote the book on Kung Lao.
just repeated it for everybody right there. Just play better. No.
Yeah, man.
Seriously, though, you know, you got to take those risks, and, you know, but Crispy Fungus, again, when you're playing a character like Cetrion, you know how to play at different distances. Like, obviously, some characters have a little bit more ability than others, and that's where we saw Bullet Kick going for, you know, the different loadout, the more mobile loadout, the one that can teleport you right in as soon as possible. I get the idea, but, you know, you got to do a little bit more than that. It's not just, hey, I teleport in and that's it, game over. Game's got a little bit more layers to that. Let's see what he's got now. Yeah, so he's going to equip the same thing. We're going to see the Buzzsaw and the Air Teleport continuing here out of Bullet Kick. I think it was starting off great. He did a good job, but, you know, I think he just kind of got thrown off guard. Like, whoa, you actually know how to play up close once I get in?
Oh, I didn't even... That was so fast, that hat getting deflected and thrown at the screen. Oh, my goodness. I would have been so distraught. Offense is on here. Already looking a little more confident. He's standing his ground, but a wild swing by Crispy on the 1-1. Lose his turn, and this is what we've been afraid of, right? Is him... He's been trying to be offensive this entire time, but it's really been Crispy who's been in control of the match, pace-wise.
Yeah, that looked like a little mistiming there on that mid coming out of Kung Lao. You know, considering it was after, you know, a successful hit. Here we go, getting some good damage, 24%. Okay, Cetrion swinging back though. Here comes the pokes. Here comes the forward dash, getting really aggressive here with this back throw.
Doesn't look like a lot of damage, chat, but he just lost 40%. Like, something like that quick in a few moments, right?
Adds up, man. It adds up. The Buzzsaw getting negated here from the rising wall always just kind of looks so strange to me because it man, it continues to like travel forward, but it's not active anymore.
Yeah.
So weird.
all of his throws have been kind of premature too on Crispy Fungus waking up multiple times, even in the very first round of the match. He went for that, and Crispy just woke up and punished him because he did it too early. He did it again there.
Yeah, a little bit off on the timing there. Getting a little tricky with that cancel at the end of that string. Most people are looking to swing back, but Cetron canceling into the wall, which you can't amplify, make pretty safe. Hits the anti-air crushing blow with that rock boulder. It hurts.
That's a nice boulder. That's
a nice boulder.
That's a nice boulder right there.
Tries to hit the big mid there. Kung Lao again. Kind of the go-to thing on someone's wake-up when you are playing as Kung Lao. Tries to roll to the other side, but just doesn't get the swing on that little scramble that he was looking for. That said, it's going to be Crispy Fungus pretty convincingly. I mean, I
don't think that he got taken out of his comfort zone.
No,
at all in that match. I think that's what it came down to. He was comfortable the entire time. You could see the hesitation and almost everything that Bullet Kick tried to get on the screen. But hey, Bullet Kick, making it this far in the bracket, top 8, congratulations. To get here, he had to get a victory over Patient Impulse, which is no easy victory. Patient Impulse is very, very good at this game. But was the pressure of being on stream, like we talked about beforehand, did that come into play? Because it can get you.
Yeah, makes you think. It makes you really think about, what you're used to. And again, a lot of people have a problem with pressure, not just for for just playing on stream in an online tournament, but just competing in general. A lot of people, have trouble getting over those nerves. But honestly, I think the best way to get over it is to just kind of keep putting yourself through it.
Do it. Exactly.
Yeah,
I mean, experience is how anything on commentary too, as a competitor, as a streamer, anything that you put more and more time into, the more comfortable you get doing it right, and that goes for competing as well. So don't give up with a result like this. You made top 8 out of hundreds of players. Amazing job, and got some good points in the season too. And no one's safe. If you make one massive run in week 8, you could upset a lot of people.
You could definitely upset a lot of people. So make sure you do sign up for any tournament in the future, and big shout outs to PS4. The Mortal Kombat 11 Pro competition is presented by PS4, so we just want to give a big shout out to them. You guys can check out more content there. PS4 tournaments are weekly competitions for all skill levels. Compete against your friends and rivals for unique rewards. You guys want to find out more information, head over to compete.playstation.com, sign in with your PSN ID, and you are ready to go. That's what these players did here. These players are in this top 8 bracket. One player, unfortunately, is eliminated from the tournament so far. And there's going to be one more joining them after our next bout, which is kind of lethal versus Cobra. Yeah, kind of lethal versus Cobra Tango. So, like we said before, Cobra Tango, kind of a new face, but as someone who wants to see the community grow, as someone who wants to see more competitors, you love to see it. You love to see it. Yep, what's up?
Okay, so Cobra Tango is actually from my city. Met him at a local a couple times, I believe.
Nice. That's awesome.
But what I don't know is that he's coming into this with a character by the name of what looks like Terminator.
Ooh, I love me some Terminator.
We might be getting some Terminator out of Cobra Tango. And with a name like Cobra Tango, very befitting. Very befitting indeed.
Love to see it.
Try to find kind of lethal Shiva. So if you guys are excited for some Shiva and Terminator, and Terminator, if he has the teleport, Arma, is one of the big counters to Cetrion Stomp. It's one of the biggest counters to it in this game.
Now, is that because he can hold it a little bit if he does want to, just kind of wait for that Shiva drop to come down, and then here comes Terminator, traveling through time?
That's right, and then wham bam, thank you, ma'am. I think that if he's got that down, this could be interesting.
Yeah, let's see it. Yes, we are going to be seeing the Terminator. Let's see specifically what loadout these guys have. Now, Shiva does have the unblockable stomp in her core, but she can enhance it by equipping the ability to move it to the left, to the right, and that is a very, very fun guessing game that a lot of people love being on the other side of. Sometimes so fun that you just cry. We have the regular unblockable ground pound, the dragon stance, and of course the enhanced dragon drop here. So pretty typical Shiva loadout. Gonna have a little bit more mix up. Oh yeah, super gaming. And what do we have here from the Terminator? Oh, man.
Starting off with the unblockable stomp that looks like a short hop, that looks like the stomp itself. Oh boy, nice whip punish though to start off. Cobra Tango, self in the corner, just to wait out all of the fire. And Shiva's Arsenal tries the shotgun, and just a nice aggressive read. Kind of lethal there.
Shotgun's kind of a slow projectile there, and I guess right there he was kind of anticipating a full jump up. Here comes the bear hug, the air bear hug, and it looks like the different. I guess he doesn't have the teleport equipped. I believe he has the regular choke slam equipped there at the end from the Terminator. Kind of back in. Yeah, so I guess he doesn't even. Oh no, I'm sorry. He does have the teleport equipped. I'm sorry. I missed.
But he was in recovery when she would have.
No.
I wonder if he could have started up again. He tried the down 3 anti-air. You got to respect that. What beats the active frames of the jump kick. So he does have to teleport. Let's see if he can utilize it well to avoid the shenanigans. But that was kind of the first stop that had happened.
Yeah, the stop that happened right there was pretty much the nail in the coffin. But hold on a second, we got a lot of Danny coming over here. Good corner control, tries to go for the full overhead string, but because of that, left in a susceptible throw range. Tried to go, I believe that was that startup with a teleport, just a little
He thought
too
it was
slow.
a normal. He thought it was a normal stop right there, and he didn't say the magic word. Here comes the mix. He's got the running man stance as well. He's out here playing some Mortal Kombat X right now, apparently. Out on the board for Cobra Tango. Good position, too. Put that gun away, Terminator. You're going to use it. This ain't Dark Fate. Or, no, what was it? Destroyer? Has that? Or was it Dark Fate? I can't remember.
I don't remember. Tournament variations feel like they were so long ago.
Right.
Amplify for the stomp there at the end. Pop up. Nice little combo there. Finishing it out just to get super duper plus ring, because everything is a hard knockdown in this game.
Oh my, and this is Shiva with no defensive bar, just eating the mixes for breakfast. Cobra Tango just needed the one hit and the knockdown, and the rest, as they say, is history. 1-0. How to deal with Stomp. Don't let her do it.
Just stop her. Just get on her and don't let up. Keep guessing right between your overheads, your lows. You got your mid command grabs and your running man stance, which is of course super duper risky, huge risk when you're playing the Terminator. But of course, you gotta use it sparingly. Don't go crazy. Let's see a little bit of the adaptation here between these guys. Maybe we could be seeing a variation change or a complete different character in Noob Saibot.
Whoa, a massive change. In characters here, this is a lot more of a grounded character. I think that this might be, a good switch on paper. Again, you still got to worry about the teleport. As long as he's got low slide, this is going to be really effective at keeping Terminator out. Aside from that.
Yeah. And that's but you gotta wonder. The teleport puts you right behind your opponent. So I feel like in the days of the tournament variation, this pick could have been a really good counter pick. Just like Sub-Zero would have been with his ice clone or pseudo ice clone. But now that he can teleport, he's always just gonna be right behind you.
Wow, that was a raw running man stance in someone's face. It started up next to him. And that was a lot of respect out of kind of lethal. He's about to kind of eat a mix-up. Eats the low. He's patient. I think he's picking up on some tendencies of lethal too from game number 1. Every single time he had meter, I feel like he woke up. And that caught Cobra off guard early because he just kept trying to mix into a invincible up 3. And now he's being a little more patient on it. And now he's just mixing afterwards. And anti-air down 3s.
Yeah, Terminator's down 3 is low-key the best anti-air in this game. A lot of people say it's Frost, but Terminator's just so consistent, and he gets so much for it.
And it looks so good. Just gives you the stanky boot. Oh, here to the corner. We'll just send it with the slam.
And hit him with a low, the mix machine. Oh. This is insane. It hits the armor.
He's dead. He is dead. 50-50s, ladies and gentlemen. Overhead or low. Oh, you guessed wrong. Ain't that a shame?
Oh, it was neither. I went for a throw or a command grab. Oh, mix machine. Does 100% this character, and I love it. The momentum, the hype. It's just seeing somebody's life bar disappear right before your eyes is absolutely insane.
Once he's gotten going, this has looked hard to deal with. Of mix-ups have worked. You can tell the hesitancy from a defensive standpoint out of kind of lethal. Looks a little lost in the sauce, as we like to say. On defense, on the offense, he's looked good. The Shiva looked good really early on too. I'm surprised that he came off of it. Yeah, because you know that just having Shiva on the screen and Stomp available is gonna make Cobra fear something, right?
I mean, that's gonna strike fear in any man's heart. You don't want to deal with an unblockable Stomp that you can alter and change and that recovers so quickly. It's a really tough thing to deal with. Obviously, you can if you lab options right or you understand, how to whiff punish it, but it is not an easy thing to do. A big teleport there, but didn't get the punish. However, does get the tick throw thanks to that running man.
I would say as long as you can get your turn back on a Stomp and force some pressure, that in and of itself is a win. There's a lot of people that have, special moves that can get them out of Stomp. They recover, and then she recovers, and then she can just do it again.
Yeah.
Oh, he went back good, and it caught her. Oh my goodness. And here we go.
Love how he just appears right in front of her, ready to swing, just like you said. Called out the up 3 again. And yeah, Mr. Admin, I think you're right. I don't think that was an intentional fatal blow. It doesn't seem to be getting a much, especially because he rolled right after. So
we've all been there. Roll fatal on accident. It's only intentional if it works.
Big brain read. Big brain play.
Do it again, do it again. Yes! Still no punish.
Right next to him. Right next to him. I think he has the crushing blow requirement fulfilled. If he does hit it, does down 3 as an anti-air, but doesn't go for the full thing.
It was from so far away that he missed his conversion, and not gonna matter here. Match point for Cobra Tango. Put that ion grenade away, bro. That's not this variation. He keeps pulling out the weapons he's not even gonna use.
Not fair. He gets everything. He gets extra slots. Oh, tries to teleport in between, but not going to be fast enough there on the teleport startup.
Oh, he's not reading the running man stance either, and eating every grab, I feel like, off of it. Cobra Tango, if he does it and holds the run long enough in his face, he might get the crushing blow because he hasn't jumped it one time. I would kind of make that read if I was Cobra Tango.
Oh yeah, no, definitely not seeing enough jumping here. Kind of just respecting Terminator a little too much here.
Oh, he teleported. Okay.
Walking right into it. What a big pickup here. Left in a standing position, and that was super smart.
50-50. And that has been guaranteed the entire set. If there's one thing that you need to take away from this for lethal, it's that in particular, anything on block into running man stance, quite literally blowing under kneecaps right there, was pretty much guaranteed.
Yeah.
Look back at the tape and look at that one thing and go, let me find an answer for that, and then start with that.
Yeah, no, it's something that it is scary. It is super duper scary, but the risk reward is just too much in your favor to not try to jump it sometimes, because you literally have time to jump away from it, and if it whiffs, you can neutral jump again.
Yep. And
just hit like a max, like your best punish.
The biggest combo you want. Yeah.
And you have a lot of time. And we didn't really see that. We didn't really see that coming out of that matchup. So again, you obviously want to go back into it. And yes, there is counterplay to that. Like I'm not saying you got to jump every time, but throw that option in there. I kind of felt like he was a little, he's a little stuck there. Poke is good. Poke is definitely good. Let's check out this bracket to see what has happened so far. For those of you that are just joining us, we do have our winners finals solidified here, where King Gambler and Wise Gemini are going to be going at it. Both these players are going to be guaranteed third place or better. Of course, two big names, probably the two biggest names here in this top 8 bracket. Very consistent players. Definitely not going to be going anywhere for a while. And unfortunately for Bullet Kick and Kinda Lethal, we're going to be seeing no more of them. They're going to be going out of this tournament in 7th place. Still getting some points, still getting up there. Hopefully they are going to be qualifying for the sub-regional finals, as there is one more week to participate. But we got it down to these top 6 players as this top 8 bracket moves along.
I want to see him
broadcast.
I want to see him enter future weeks as lethal, not kind of lethal. Fully lethal. I want fully lethal in the next bracket. But
and if you guys, I want fully lethal too. If you guys want to look fully lethal, check out this merch here from Official. Pro Competition merch shop. All you guys got to do is go to Amazon.com/Mortal Kombat. I know all these shirts are black, but if you go to the actual website, you get a lot more options. You get the tank tops, the long sleeves, the hoodies, and a few other more bonus characters, not just Sub-Zero, Scorpion, and Lena. Check out the store now. Get something. A lot of great stuff. And, we're going to be taking a short little break, but like I said, we've got more top 8 action. So don't go anywhere. We're going to be right back. Hey, everyone. Welcome back. This is NAWEST qualifying week 7, the top 8, but now we're down to the top 6. I'm Darth Arma, joined by Ultra David, who's going to be gracing us with his presence on the mic. I know he's really excited to see all these competitors and how, all these different faces are going to pan out here. But before we cut into our match, I do want to give a shout out to PS4 Tournaments. Mortal Kombat Pro Competition is presented by the PS4 Tournaments. Check out the PS4 Tournament Open Series. PS4 Tournaments are a weekly competition of all skill levels. Compete against your friends and rivals for unique rewards. You guys can visit the PlayStation 4 Competition Center, the one destination that has Mortal Kombat content that gives you an inside look at how top players play and tips and tricks to get you better at doing what you love doing, and that's, of course, playing Mortal Kombat. All you guys got to do is go to compete.playstation.com, sign in with your PSN ID, and you are good to go. Couldn't be easier than that. David, what do we have here in this bracket so far?
So you all have seen the round number 1. Now we're headed to round number 2. We're going to start out on loser's side, where we'll have Pop-Tart versus Crispy Fungus. We got Hat Man, we got Cobra Tango there in the next one, and then we'll hop into loser semis, winners finals. You guys know what we do here. Pop-Tart versus Crispy Fungus is, I believe, where we're headed. Let me confirm that is accurate. Yeah, that is accurate.
Yeah, so with Pop-Tart, we saw a lot of, obviously, a Kotal Khan specialist.
Right.
And all the loadouts kind of seemed like the mid-command grab was just a necessary thing to have, just to have that extra mix. Of course, a good damage buff and corner control. You can throw them, in the corner if you're the one in the corner, or you can keep them, in that direction to just kind of, cut off the real estate. So I'm going to be really impressed if Pop-Tart can get through Cetrion zoning and keep her, in that command grab loop over and over again, guessing right or wrong, on certain things. The command grabs hitting, of course, is definitely what he's going to be looking for, but obviously, you can kind of switch that up with going with just regular normals or getting really crazy and doing something like 1-2 con cut.
Jeez.
It's going to be tough, though. I think Cetrion's mobility is just too good, and that's, I don't want to upplay the character, but I'm just saying this is a character that is really, really hard to pin down, especially when you have that teleport equipped, and that's just the way it is. So be ready to see like a cat and mouse type of thing. Not to say that it's unwinnable or that Cetrion doesn't have to think or do anything crazy like that. What I'm saying is what you're going to be seeing is a lot of chasing from Kotal Khan, and, obviously once he gets in there, he's going to be inflicting damage. He's going to make her, a little bit less comfortable when, that real estate isn't as big, that gap between them. And he's just going to chase her down. He's going to chase her down and make it hurt whenever he can. And then obviously, she's going to be able to backdash out of pressure, teleport. I mean, it's all good.
That's not how that goes. Yeah, that might be literally a cat versus the mouse of Cetrion. If it is Cetrion, look, we've seen Crispy Fungus play with a bunch of different characters, both in these events and then in other stuff that the community has going on. We've seen, off the top of my head, Joker, Kano, several others. But, okay, it's going to be Cetrion after all. Not a big surprise. As far as, it's funny, I think that you brought up command grabs. When I asked for Pop-Tart to have a little bit of, let me say something about yourself when it comes to you on the matches. He says, I just need to command grab and make top 16. So that's, the command grabs are very obviously figuring in big for him. And that's what he's got here again. He's got the cat, he's got con cut, and he's got the command grab.
And from the Crispy Fungus, we're going to be seeing a very regular loadout here.
Very standard, yeah.
Yeah, super standard.
So, throwing the boulder just like that, blowing up. The kitty cat comes in. And a lot of this is going to be about mobility. It's not just, okay.
Yeah, just chopping down there, going right through the guts here. And I feel like he's trying to establish a life lead as soon as possible, but also throwing out the cat just to get around, you know, some kind of projectile options. Of course, Cetrion making a connection there, not going to be cashing in big. She doesn't do too much damage. But here comes the down one, and I love that he didn't just cancel into the down one. That down one had a purpose, to challenge, get those plus frames, make her respect something so that she block, and then go for the regular command grab right afterwards. So, Pop-Tart really, really playing well here in this round.
Yeah, and he's exactly where he wants to be. I feel like this is precisely forward 2 range. Oh, and everybody read the situation. Crispy Fungus tried to get out, but there's Pop-Tart getting right back into the mix.
6%
Forward dash from Crispy Fungus, just trying to build some space between his back and the corner.
Yeah, you don't want to be completely tight. You don't want to be completely up against the wall. But right now, Godokan is keeping you there. And not going to have a teleport accessible here. So not really going to have too many options other than guessing your way out the good old-fashioned way. Swing in afterwards. Even though that jump in was flawless blocked, he was still ready to swing afterwards. And that's kind of what I feel like Crispy Fungus just is completely frozen here. You know, you're in the corner, you don't have your far teleport option, you don't have your roll option, your wake up option, and Pop-Tart took that so fast, so convincingly. Maybe not so much in that first round, but you know, really came down to using those crushing blows, establishing that life lead, and just kind of running away with it.
I tell you, I would not be too surprised to see a switch here, because I do think that was a pretty strong win. And not just, obviously, you got the win, but it was 2-0 in rounds, it was dominant corner control, it was carry to the corner. Yeah, not a big surprise here, in my opinion, to see Crispy Fungus go with another character. And like I said, we've seen the Kano from him in the past. What do we got on the loadout? We've been seeing a lot of bio pull, we've been seeing command grab, yep, chemical burn, lumbar check, bio pull. This is a build that a lot of people are coalescing around for Kano.
Yeah, for sure. 100%. You know, chemical burn, just such a great move to kind of steal your turn. Does a little bit of damage over time. And in the corner, absolutely broken. Super unfair stuff there as the fire carpet goes down. Here comes the command grab. Gonna not amplify it to get that Oki. Beautiful roll here. Pop-Tart definitely gonna be thinking twice about overcommitting there with those buttons on the next knockdown.
So here's Crispy Fungus. This is where he needs to be just as strongly as before when he needed to be out of the corner. Now he wants the corner.
Yeah, man,
one on the approach. He's got great tools to get in there. There's no doubt about that. What I love about that choice is that even on block would have been okay, in the sense that he would have been way out of the corner.
Yeah, would have pushed him all the way back there.
Yeah, even on block, it's got great corner carry.
And I think right now what Pop-Tart has done is he's conditioned Crispy Fungus to not look for that flawless blockable gap anymore. And, you know, then that's when he goes to the staggers, or he can just, like, stop and go for command grab because he's just stuck there. But hold on, this is still down to the wire here. Pop-Tart does have access to that fatal blow, so he's looking for that easy hit confirm for the GGs in this round. But no, both players just being so respectful here. Not being respectful there is Kano, as he's just hitting down one at the end of his string.
Well, finally, though, there was a real battle. As you said, neither one really wanted to take a big risk. So Crispy again starting out with the corner. Or at least he could have had the corner. Just like that, it's going to be a huge reversal. It's Pop-Tart. If he wants to, pressuring her. Can he get there on the whiff? No.
Very, very close there. Love the jail, the down one on hit. Jailing with the stand one, too, just to make sure that he's not squirming away. Make sure he's not trying to duck under anything. Praising the sun here. And really for no reason. I mean, he had full health. Maybe it did a little bit more damage to Kano, but it just kind of, it felt like a very stylish decision there.
Here's the mix-ups from Crispy Fungus. It was cautious, but with the hit confirmed. There have been no breakaways a couple times here for Pop-Tart. Hasn't wanted to challenge the potential back one.
Yeah, too scared of back one. Such a great armor breaker. It leaves you in a standing position. Could be it if you hit that down two there afterwards, but here comes the sun. Not going to be avoiding that. And just like that, Pop-Tart tying up the rounds here in game.
Final round. Fight!
Jumping back. You're going to be seeing that a lot from Kano players, or just anyone who's got a lot of air options here. Throwing down the matches. Oh my god,
very
so he
nice.
So I think when he turned into the cat, the acid comes off of you because the acid has projectile properties. Here's the big crushing blow thanks to the sun disc. A lot of good damage here. This is definitely when you want to take it here. The final deciding round. I think it might be all over for Crispy Fungus. I don't see him coming out of this at all.
What a pickup, though, on the kind of errant down 4 hit. Down 3 hit. And Pop-Tart ends up taking it the second game. Also, look, not quite as convincingly. There were certainly moments where Crispy Fungus had corner control. He had some good series for himself. A couple good combos for himself. Definitely closer than we saw with the Cetrion. But that said, I liked a lot of the things that we were seeing out of Pop-Tart. His use of the cat so far, as you said, to blow up those false block gaps. To get through the fire was cool.
Yeah.
To get out of the corner was cool. Even on block, right? Just the corner carry aspect of it on block. It's making it really pay off for himself. And then up close, his mix-ups are killer.
Yeah, yeah, and the pushback there on that, it just, and that's, again, you don't want to be in the corner against Kano. That acid, if that hits, and Kano's like just in that right spot, he can throw down that flame carpet, and it's just a very uncomfortable situation. But we're not going to be seeing any more Kano here out of Crispy Fungus, using the last pick of this, of this set to go with Collector. What do we have here? We have the Teleport, which is the fade out. And I believe Demonic Clutch is the mid command grab. Not so great on the range, but it does have some great options to follow up with as he's like right next to you afterwards. There goes a nice statement here right out the gate, establishing a nice life lead here, crushing blow, big damage, and just kind of staying back there, kind of keeping him guessing on what he's going for. An unfortunate mix there, didn't get quite the connection he wanted. So this time, love the adaptation. Changed the string entirely the second time coming down because he realized in a split second that first one did not work.
Well, I don't know if Pop-Tart's out of this. He's got one of the best snowball characters in the game. And all he really needs is a couple more. Looking for Chop. What a call out! Wasn't enough. And you can see how Crispy Fungus is really just trying to end it fast! Super smart to just do the down 2 preemptively, right? He wasn't waiting there. That was just a KO situation. If the opponent stayed grounded, he won as well.
Yeah, he was just down 2ing there, and it actually hit Kotal Khan on the way up. Here comes the big boot, but didn't commit in anything. Holding it for as much as possible, teleporting to the other side. And again, it's going to be something that, Kotal Khan definitely has a lot of recovery on these buttons. He's got big buttons, but they come at a cost here. It's Collector just cashing in, taking full advantage of it. Doesn't go for the full string. Instead, just kind of going for a little bit of stagger pressure. Finishes the string in the overhead, but Kotal Khan finding a way, finding the hit. Can he make this comeback? Force off the breakaway. Collector's got no defensive meter, no way out of this. He's just going to have to take the mix. It's going to be
pretty safe stuff here from Pop-Tart. Okay, he does go. Probably not going to be amplifying these mid-screen. Yeah, he wants to make sure that he can get another set of pressure directly into the command grab, and that is enough. So Crispy Fungus's pick here definitely paid off. He was able to build pressure with it. He was able to get a cool setup with it at one point. He really got in almost from the get-go and had control of most of that game.
I think another good thing about Collector in this specific matchup is Collector's got really, really good wake-ups. The up 2 is really fast, has a really big vertical hitbox. The up 3 has a big horizontal hitbox. Not to say that Kotal Khan can't, make it whiff and punish preemptively, but it's a lot tougher to do once, when that horizontal hitbox is so wide that, you gotta, put them far away in order to make that whiff. And I think that's kind of, the saving grace for him there. Like David said, Kotal Khan with a command grab, definitely a snowball character in terms of momentum that just keeps going and going and going. And if he didn't have that great wake up, we could have seen something like that. Let's see if Kotal Khan switched up his loadout.
Yeah, I thought that we might see this. Rather than the cat, we're going to go to Grand Discus. So now he can kind of blow up some of those gaps as well, but he also has the additional pressure that gives him.
Round 1.
Yeah, I feel like he, obviously you can't change your loadout after, you win the previous match within the set. So I feel like that was really the only reason we saw it in this matchup. So could be something that Pop-Tart is feeling good about. Oh, Collector swinging there with that mace all over the sky. popping him up for a big combo. No breakaway here from Kotal Khan. I mean, he's not really scared of I believe Collector does not have his armor breaker equipped. Here comes the green fire, the DOT, real fast as Kotal Khan just kind of gets out of there, gets out of dodge. A lot of pressure.
Yeah, so I really like the range that Crispy Fungus is keeping with Collector. It's just outside of that forward 2 range that Kotal can be so strong at. Or else, obviously, he's pressuring right up close, getting big damage. Looking for the break, but it doesn't even really matter. Yeah, it's still totally in Crispy Fungus's control.
This could be, you know, player matchup thing. Maybe this is just, you know, he needed a mid command grab of his own to just kind of establish a little bit of fear going through there, Pop-Tart, because right there, definitely scared of at least the regular throw. Here comes the low string. Gonna end it with a command grab for some, you know, static Oki. Tries to back off just in case he did an up to on wake up, possibly anticipating a jump in.
There's this range that I was talking about. It's outside of where Kotal feels comfortable, and it's still at a range where there can be some harassment. That said, right up close, you never know, and it's the big boy Kotal getting some damage. Right back in there again.
Oh yeah.
So Pop-Tart's been able to navigate at least a little bit through what Kotal wants to do. The big Hicken from will come.
It's coming, David. Back-to-back damage here. Guessing right there on what he's going to do, whether he's blocking or trying to jump to avoid the command grab. Ooh, keeping it so safe, but cashing in big time here as he just brings his opponent down to nothing. And just like that, Pop-Tart is on set point here if he does win this round. Oh, that's a very scary interactive little throw out. Very specific hitbox. Little trade there, but Kotal in a good spot as he has Collector up against the ropes. The down one, just the poke war coming out of both these guys. Collector getting a little disrespectful. There's the teleport. He is out of there. Doesn't want anything to do with that.
Way too far. Surprised to see the KB choice.
Yeah, I'm surprised about that too.
And now it feels so different all of a sudden. It's Pop-Tart being at the range that he wants to be in. Crispy Fungus knows that just range stuff's not going to cut it now. He needs to get back in. He's got to deal more damage.
The
question is, when does he find the opportunity? And actually, he may not have. If this is amplified, this is almost it. That is it. Pop-Tart takes it. 3 games to 1. I liked the Collector. I thought that was great from Crispy Fungus, but in the end, it was Pop-Tart who really figured it out.
Yeah, and you know, unfortunate for Crispy Fungus, had to do a little bit of a character select screen exploring before landing on that right pick. But again, that's what it comes down to. It comes down to experience, whether that was, you know, Collector having an edge on Kotal Khan specifically, or just Collector having an edge on that player Pop-Tart specifically. These could be two opponents that we see, you know, duke it out in the regional finals that's coming up in just a few weeks. We do have one more qualifier week, which should be happening in about 3 weeks, but, you know, these guys could be meeting each other in that bracket. So getting a little bit of information now could go a long way. Now, I know that is going to be the end of his route there, for Crispy Fungus, but, you know, you got to play the long game. You got to look long term. You got a good amount of points. You still have one more week to solidify that spot. And, you know, you could be taking that Collector to a whole new level. Maybe there's some things that he's going to want to lab specifically. It did look a little shaky. A lot of command grab whiff ranges. I know with Collector, you have like very specific things, like after you're done with, you know, doing certain block strings, how far away someone is. It's crazy. So many things to consider.
So Crispy Fungus, you were talking about points, came into this week at 12th overall in points. He'll have gotten a bunch of points by getting 5th, right? So he's going to probably be pretty secure when it comes to being in ultimately the top 16. Yeah. At this stage, getting a certain seeding is probably really what the goal is if he's going to enter next time, which, of course, I hope that he does. But that's it for him this time. The next one that we have is a fun one. It's Hatman versus Cobra Tango. You saw Cobra Tango with the Terminator, which was pretty cool earlier, doing the work, getting through 3-0 versus kind of lethal. And for Hatman, it was a close one. It was a very close one. It was him losing 2 games to 3 to King Gambler. Tried Shang, tried Jackie. None of it quite worked out in the end, but it was close. It was close. Yeah,
no, definitely a back and forth there between those competitors. So let's see what happens, when they clash, when they duke it out, and see what these guys can bring to the table. Really, really big fan of just Terminator play in general.
Yeah,
Very fun character to watch. I know you're a big fan of command grabs, Ultra David.
Well, that may be true. Yeah, sure. I played Terminator. I think he's a lot of fun to play myself. I see some of the downsides that people talk about, but I also think that people kind of like underrate him sometimes. I wouldn't say that I think he's a fantastic character, but it's also like not terrible, clearly.
Yeah.
So anyway, we'll see what Hatman goes with. There's a few characters that are up his sleeve. And for Terminator, he's got quite different variation options. His custom loadouts can really be pretty different at times. We saw, for example, the teleport versus Shiva Stomp, right? Teleport versus Stomp versus zoning tools can be really important. But there's other like super different options instead. One of the only things that I see terms really stick with is just the Running Man, right? That's like, you probably want that. That one's pretty good. But other than that, I see quite a bit of variation among what people pick.
Yeah, I mean, I think Running Man is just a really good thing to have. Yeah, I mean, you got a mid command grab, but again, it's not like it's basically not a move that becomes completely useless to a player or character that's jumping out of that mid command grab, because you can make it safe with a little boot kick, or if you're gonna really feel like they're gonna be jumping out, you can go with the uppercut, and if you're in the corner, you get a really nice conversion. So it lets you have a little bit of wiggle room, whether you want to play super risky and go for that command grab, or if you want to keep it safe. It's also a good way to kind of close the gap between yourself and an opponent after maybe they do something that's not specifically unsafe, but negative enough for you to close that gap, to kind of get in there. So it looks like we do have these guys loaded up and ready to go.
Right to Katana. Very cool. And we'll see shortly what variations we have here. What's the loadout for both of these two?
See what these guys have. I assume we're going to be seeing the Running Man from Terminator, like we said before. It's too good of a custom move to pass up.
Yeah. Ion Grenade and Air Throw. Okay. Ground War, Deviant Twist, Low Fan Toss makes sense.
Is Ion Grenade the one that turns off your meter, or is that the one that pops you into a combo?
I think that's the pop-up one, if I recall correctly.
Okay. Let's see.
We'll see. We'll see what kind of gives up shotgun, though.
Ooh, big jumping kicks. I love the little juggle here.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. There's the pop-up purple grenade.
Oh! Knew that he wouldn't be close enough for anything else. That said, here's Hatman. I mean, the intention here is I would think some zoning. Wow, dude. Okay.
It's too good, man. Too good of an anti-air.
But down 3 versus her big jump swing. Oh man, those are two of the better options of the game. Jump-ins and also anti-air.
I'm really curious to see how this Ion Grenade comes into a play, at high level. I guess he kind of gets to cancel into something. Does it still come out if he gets hit? I know a lot of things.
Yeah, once it leaves his hand, yeah.
Okay, so it stays active even if you hit him, as long as he doesn't go to a crushing blow or a fatal blow animation. Okay. Because I feel like in MK11 in general, they got rid of a lot of things that do that. Tosses the grenade, and he was able to recognize the jump during recovery and still hit the anti-air on the other side.
Dude, his use of this grenade is actually sick. I love this. Cobra Tango, the setup yet again. No, you can't do that, just as we were talking about. Exactly the situation we had brought up. But even if he gets hit, it can still explode. And now the question is, can she control enough space? No. However, unfortunately, he does give up. Oh, it was a super long run. All right, fine. Cobra Tango with a very, very strong game 1. He can't just do the normal combo into shotgun that we tend to see Terminators do in that situation, because he doesn't have it because he has Ion Grenade. So instead, he went for the really long command grab setup, and Hatman just didn't get out of it. That was escapable, just didn't expect it. So look, pretty strong victory right there by Cobra Tango. What are you looking for Hatman here?
I mean, I don't know what. I feel like definitely need to stop doing as much jumping. I felt like he just didn't learn that lesson hard enough in the corner, jumping over to the other side. But again, I feel like low key, a lot of people just forget about how good Terminator's anti-air is, and that's definitely not something you want to visit. And it's definitely something that's easier said than done. To not panic when you're fighting against Terminator, to not jump when you're fighting against someone with a mid command grab. But it's yeah, I feel like he just kind of had his book. Never mind. I guess he's just throwing that out of there and said, you know what? If you're dealing with my jump, here comes my Jackie. This is a super jump. Let's see what happens when Jackie's jump meets Terminator's down 3. I'm actually quite curious as to how these exchange when it comes to the downward shot coming from Jackie in this loadout. So of course we're gonna have the bionic bounce, grenade launcher, and the enhanced air blast.
Just like that, covering the stage, and we saw a lot of that from Hatman as well when we were playing earlier. Down 1 under, that was funky.
Yeah, getting right in there. Here comes the down 3. I mean, he was willing to just hit it. Knew that it didn't hit an airborne Jackie. Here comes a big crushing blow at knee, just hitting by itself, fulfilling that requirement. The over.
No!
That was insane. So, like, where he doesn't really get, like, a huge amount of damage, in that overhead by itself, he does get a really, really good setup. It almost kind of seems like the timing is perfect for, stopping wake-up up 3s or up 2s. Probably also perfect timing for stopping someone from doing, like, a wake-up jump. Here comes the running man command grab right out the gate. Tries to put himself in some plus frames with that stand 3. But unfortunate for Terminator, up against the wall. The forward throw is Jackie just kind of tossing that DOT all over the ground, and that life is just slowly depleting here from the Terminator every second he's on it.
I will say though, Cobra Tango has not been panicking during those times, which is important.
Yeah, you definitely can't. You can't let
there
it
it is. Yep, the blocking. We haven't seen that much blocking until about the last maybe half round from Hatman in these situations. Oh boy! Taking advantage there was Cobra Tango. No offensive bar. So Hatman, oh no, just out of there.
He's trying to life do as best as he can. Oh, hit the barrel.
Reset! The cheeky reset coming right out of Cobra Tango. And he's going to take this game as well.
That's going to be definitely a lot of damage here because of the fact that that fatal blow broke the armor. The forward 2 knocking you in the air, and good on Hatman, like just immediately hitting that breakaway, because that was pretty much his only opportunity to get out of anything he was going for. But big unfortunate situation for him. Here comes that fatal blow. So much damage here. What a comeback, man. What a comeback.
This Terminator's looking so good.
This Nyx machine, man.
So we've seen Katana, we've seen Jackie. He did look like he was thinking about going to Shang. We know that he plays Shang. So maybe, I guess I'd be worried that maybe there could be counter picks in the books if that is what comes in. Maybe that's what he was thinking about earlier as well. So it's going to be Shang. He'll try it out.
Yeah. Why not? Why not throw it out there? I know he's got a more of a more obscure loadout. Not really the typical Shang that we see. Which I'm sure he does know how to play, the typical loadout, but let's see what he's got here. So he's got the Vile Sorcery, which we did see before, where he can have those different attributes depending on, which spell he's summoning. But we're going to have a Ground Eruption Shang Tsung, where the Rising Fireballs are going to be coming out of the ground. Doesn't go for the Flawless Blockable String, and what an anti-air into some good damage here. Keeping Terminator far away, as far as possible. That combo with a little bit of a Soul Train here. Oh, wait, what? That actually punished him? The Ion Grenade exploded before Shang Tsung actually recovered. I'm really surprised it got there in time.
Yeah, that's very interesting to know.
But, like,
not quite stop it.
Did Tango know? Was Tango, like, such a lab monster that he knew it was going to punish? I mean, yeah, I feel like I got to give credit where credit is due.
Trying to find something here as Cobra. It's a very slow approach, and I like the idea of that. It's just a very classic grappler approach mentality. Oh, very nice. Down 1, and then into... Now, do you know if it's the one that makes it so that the opponent does less damage, or that the opponent takes more damage, I think are the two, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, I believe it's take more damage. But honestly, like I don't have too much too much knowledge. Yeah, of these exact same. I know it just changes a few things, but it doesn't seem to be doing much.
Oh.
Ooh. Wait, he let go. Wait, no, so it was a get up punish? I don't understand what he was punishing there, but hold on a second. This could be just what he needed if that didn't trade.
Huge chance! Yes, and this is match point now for Cobra Tango to 3-0 versus Hatman.
Final round. Fight.
Yeah, that's quite a statement. Quite a statement here for Terminator. I don't think we're going to get any Terminator buffs if this keeps up here. Tries to hit the down 4, gets the conversion after that big jumping kick. What's going to be for breakfast? The overhead, this time the low, forcing that.
As you can see, it's just not a lot of damage at any one time, but it does make the opponent sit still so that he gets another opportunity for something.
Exactly. Yeah, it's just kind of, again, like a different kind of a different kind of momentum here. Oh, he's dead.
Absolutely gone.
God, this Terminator is just on a whole other level here in this lower bracket.
So far, Cobra Tango has played 2 matches. He's played versus Kind of Lethal and then FTR Hatman. And he has not lost a game in top 8.
Oh, no, he hasn't. Really,
he was sent to losers by Pop-Tart. Since then, before then and since then, he's beaten Crispy Fungus, Night Sage, and then in this top 8, Kind of Lethal and Hatman. So it's a pretty long road already, but he's making his way even further.
Yeah, and it looks like, and it was against Pop-Tart, which, is also in this top 8. So, you always got to realize that, you can run into opponents, more than once in a double elimination bracket.
In fact, he's gonna be playing loser semis versus Cobra Tango, versus Pop-Tart. That's the run back.
So yeah, we're going to get the run back this time, more on the line in terms of points, your tournament life, and a little bit more pressure thanks to the stream here, but obviously, Cobra Tango is the stream is giving him like powers. I see everybody in here cheering, screaming for buffs for a completely okay, normal, balanced character. This is insane, man. Yeah, so like David said, we have Pop-Tart and Cobra Tango left here in our top 4, and the winner of that is going to be playing the loser of King Gambler versus Wise Gemini. It's just been, good players after good players here. And everybody's just, everyone left here. I mean, it could really come down to anyone. Because if you think about it from Cobra's aspect, or from his point of view, if he can get past Pop-Tart, the last 2 remaining players, he hasn't lost to them yet. And, that kind of gives you a little bit of a confidence boost. Yes, I can do this. But before we get into it, I do want to give a shout out to Astro Gaming. Guys, remember, huge shout outs to Astro Gaming for being the official audio partner for the Mortal Kombat 11 Pro competition. All the caster audio is powered by Astro, and for the entirety of the season. So if you guys want to check out more stuff from Astro Gaming, head over to astrogaming.com to find out more information on all of their officially licensed PlayStation audio products, which are available now. Head on over, treat yourself. Just upgrade your setup. Upgrade your setup to one of these Astros. I can't wait to see how the rest of this top 8 unfolds. I know you're rooting for Terminator. I know everyone in the chat is rooting for Terminator. Dude, come on.
It would be cool. I'm not going to lie to you. I think that would be awesome. I don't know about rooting, but it would be very, very cool to see. That said, we're going to see King Gambler and Wise Gemini coming up first. These are 2 players who are pretty deep in the thick of the points, right? They came in as 10th and 11th overall in points. And now, by virtue of being at least top 3 for both of them, they're going to be probably both top 10 at this stage in points. So that's great. That's certainly what they need to be doing. We've talked about it before, but even once you're in, you still want to make sure that you have more points so that you can be higher seeded, so you don't have to play against like the number 1 ranked player in the top 16, right? There's still considerations to be had. And so they're still going to continue to try to do as well as they can. For King Gambler, you guys were talking about this earlier on commentary as well, but cool to see the sub. We've seen him on a few different characters now at this stage, right? He's sort of been moving away from Nightwolf over the past, I don't know, several months. And I remember seeing Lou out of him. I feel like there's somebody else I'm forgetting, but he's been kind of going back and forth. And now his sub looking great, obviously good enough to get into winners finals of this tournament.
Yeah, sub absolutely looking great. And is he pulling away from Nightwolf as a means of, because I feel like sometimes people need like certain hiatuses from their character.
I think
sometimes
he's
they
trying
get
to
stuck.
ditch Nightwolf, dude. He talked about it last time we saw him playing Lou. Remember, I asked about him, and he was honest. He was just like, look, I need to pick a stronger character. He didn't think that Nightwolf was going to cut it. He wants to be winning this stuff, right? He wants to win not only here, but also in the finals where there's a ton of money on the line. Okay. And as well as all the other community stuff that's going on pretty regularly, where there is pretty often a good chunk of money on the line as well. I get it. I don't think anybody would tell you that Nightwolf's the worst character in the game, but if you are somebody who's honestly trying to win and trying to give yourself the best chance to win, even if the game is pretty well balanced, it makes sense, I think, to still try to go for characters who you think are stronger.
Yeah, you always kind of want to take any edge that you can. And, I think a little bit of character diversity is a healthy regimen for anyone who's trying to get to that next level. And King Gambler, I mean, a lot of people can argue that he is at that next level,
sure,
always seen as a really strong competitor. But this does kind of remind me of the early days of King Gambler, where he was playing Scarlet, who, since the beginning of this game, even still true now, a lot of people see Scarlet as one of the worst characters in this game. But I mean, I guess at some point he's like, well, I like being known for this character, but I'm not winning. I'd rather be known for winning. So
I get it.
Yeah, you definitely got to respect it. You got to respect the effort, the love for competition, and the love for just winning. And that's what you do. You don't enter a tournament to lose. You don't enter a tournament to get, 9th place or 2nd place. King Gambler wants that win. He wants to secure that victory. And obviously, he wants to make sure that these newer characters are in tip-top shape. So that's why you see him participating in these qualifying weeks. Like David mentioned before, he's participating in other community events. Yeah. So, just huge shout-outs to everybody putting on things, for, these exhibitions. I know it's a lot of work for everybody to organize and gather and collect the players, but just huge shout outs to all the content creators out there putting out so much for everybody to watch and enjoy, whether it's, something fun and creative or, just a regular tournament or some kind of exhibition. Really, really fun. Looks like we got a hidden select here, David.
Whoa! Yeah, I must think that he knew that sub was the choice for Gambler. I don't know. What do we got here? We have Deep Freeze and Creeping Guys. Oh my god, we got the mirror match.
I hope he's Dimitri Vegas.
One of my favorite skins in the game, honestly.
Best. No one wants. I also love how it's like exactly like his loadout.
Yeah, thanks.
So
thanks, guys. I'm gonna have no idea who's who. I already know. Oh no.
In a game where we have like so many costumes, even glowing costumes.
Mm-hmm.
No, let's pick the same one.
Wow, what a safety first play right there. Just okay to go from that with no meaty mix at all to back off and then do slide. Very interesting choices here for Wise Gemini. Being tricky about it.
Yeah, a little tricky here, but he's getting pushed a little bit closer to the corner. Hits the stand one. Anti-air fashion here coming out of Wise Gemini. Doesn't connect though. The side switch kind of looked like it threw him off a little bit. Oh, getting risky here. Gambling it all as King Gambler just decides to go with that overhead. And Wise Gemini giving him a taste of his own medicine, going right back in there, cashing in big time on that crushing blow. And that's not the easiest combo to pull off mid-screen. Very easy to drop.
That was a specific route that he needed right there. That was really good awareness. What a jump as Sub tried to come running in. Wise Gemini loading up the KB, thrown out of the corner, but loading up the KB.
That axe just like disappeared right in front of him, trying to make some kind of contact.
We talk about
punished?
That was so sick. Oh no! Really coming off the 2 meters? Yep. Gambler finds a hit confirmed though, and so a little scrambly. No! Oh boy. We saw a lot of strength in his sub before, but right now there's some stuff that he is dropping.
Ooh, and there's no way that was a hit confirmed. That was just I'm going to cancel into it anyway. Had the crushing blow loaded, doing nearly 40%. That's Wise Gemini taking it.
Well, he really made that one solidly in his favor. And what's still sticking in my mind is the amplified ice ball, like in footsies, that actually whiff punished a down 4. Now, not that he like saw the attack from Gambler and then intentionally whiff punished. It was just perfect timing. It's just really, really good timing. And even on top of that, it was not really about like extreme overhead low mix-ups in the way that sometimes it can be as sub. He actually backed off sometimes, and yet he still had really strong control. So Gambler's going to stick with it. He's back to sub.
That's sticking with sub here. And really, to talk again about that meter burn or the amplified ice ball here, the deep freeze, it actually wasn't, I mean, what was he really risking at that range? Very few things that Gambler could have done, you know, to get over that in time to actually punish him. So I think it was just kind of one of those why not moves to throw out there. Good block of the overhead. Gambler's doing a lot of sliding here. And Wise Gemini, wise to it. I mean, he knows to block low, and he's punishing every single time. Whoa! Almost committed to the whole thing to get the full combo punish here. No! Air to airs here as King Gambler continuing to jump, continuing this offense here. Trying to load up the crushing blow with that amplified ice, blocking the low here. Okay, King Gambler also knows how to block the slide.
Wow! And so this is, I think, 2 here for Wise Gemini. And he backs off. You never know which one is going to come in. Running in. No, it's just the footsies. Wise Gemini has had such strong control there. So he may be ready to go on that. I don't know, buddy. The colors are definitely playing tricks with me. I'm not 100% on that. But I think so.
I was literally going to make the exact same comment. I'm just I don't remember which Sub-Zero did how many amplified slides.
We'll see. Hopefully they're remembering.
We'll scream when they hit him. Oh, air to air. And that was super smart, because if he did get frozen somehow, that would have been the end of it. Still gonna no, never mind. I thought he was gonna survive. Wait, he does!
Survives! Slides under! Oh no!
He just did it.
Well, it was a genius call. Why not? He was about to lose regardless.
Yeah, he just did it. Down to nothing, and it was just enough to make it there. Oh, the down 1 goes to the other side. Might have hit it a little too late there. Here comes the big boot, the forward 4. That does put him in super duper plus frames, but either way, it does find the hit. Are we going to see a crushing blow? No, I don't know who's got anything loaded up. The overhead low, real quick stuff. Super hard to block, but...
All right, Gambler surely has it now.
Yeah, I mean, he's
After
got
having seen back-to-back in that situation. Oh. Okay, Wise Gemini, a little bit of a funky situation.
I kind of liked how he picked that up there.
Did not cash out. Did here! Gambler had 2 bars. It's not the bother, it's a huge bet. No, you guys! Okay, fine. 2-0.
I never realized how slow raw fatal blow is from sub. I mean, obviously, he probably could have punished that with like a back 1, which is a lot faster. Reach is just pretty much just as far. Basically the same move there at the beginning. But I also thought that reversal fatal blow was going to punish fatal blow, but I guess it didn't. It didn't. But still, kept calm in that situation, which isn't an easy thing to do. A lot of people in this will get lost in the scramble. Will get lost, you know, trying to find something to connect. But he kept his cool. He kept his composure. I really love seeing that.
It's minus 23 on blocks, and the startup is actually 25 frames. That's way slower than I realized.
Wow.
Okay, anyway, it's going to be Gambler. Did he go back to sub? Yes. So he's going to run it with the character all the way through. He's got to win 3 in a row. But look, he won 3-2 at the start of this tournament. Why not now?
Yeah. Could make this happen. Could connect here. Challenger of the down 1. Look at the spacing there. As he backed off, used that, you know, the regular normals just come and connect. Easy hit confirm. popping him up, keeping him in the corner, up in the sky. Gonna try to fulfill those crushing blow requirements, but so is King Gambler as he just hits him with a regular super duper unsafe slide. Always keeping your opponent on the toes, but watch your head. Here comes the forward two from Sub-Zero, the overhead that everyone loves to not block.
It's pretty tough, especially on the internet. And it's been a really good set of mix-ups as Wise Gemini goes up to his match point. He's had the lows very consistently as well.
Big jump in one coming out of Sub-Zero. The range on that move just so good and so well downplayed by everybody who plays Sub-Zero. It's just such a great jump in that you can just kind of apply to anything. Very tough to challenge there. I believe that was the second amplified slide, but it could be confusing the subs. Here's the overhead again from Wise Gemini. Can he make this comeback? He does have Fatal Blow ready to go, so if he gets him down to a little bit less than 50%, he's going to be one overhead away from connecting the big damage. Hits the down two, but no crushing blow. I guess he's trying to save it for the next round, and that was a smart call there because he didn't need it. I still think it was a little risky because, you're playing against Sub-Zero.
It was gutsy, there's no doubt about that, but he's starting out this round more towards the corner, patient as they both decide who's going to throw the ice ball, who's going to slide. Forward, as he steps in, he's looking for the KB, but Wise Gemini sneaks in with the overhead from range. At that range, so dangerous. Tried it again this time, Gambler. Got the punish. I'm looking up at the names every single time to make sure I'm calling the right one. I'm not 100% on this.
So hard. All right, whoever wins this has to change their customization, their aesthetic look here. If we get this mirror again. Down fours back to back here coming out of King Gambler, but he just goes right back into the corner. But hey, no problem at all. Decides to jump out.
Oh my god, this is wild. Are we there? Neither one has pressed the button forever, and finally it's forward two, and I think that's gonna be. He went for a what? A reset? What, dude? The last 15-20 seconds I find inexplicable in that match. Wow. Wise Gemini runs away and brings back some ice cream to share with the friends.
I have a theory there on those last 20 seconds. I don't think either player wanted to give the other player Fatal Blow. So I think they were just waiting for, something to block to maybe get like a regular punish, or maybe, they were kind of both looking to get hit or at least chipped into Fatal Blow or into having access to Fatal Blow because, as we know, Sub-Zero's Fatal Blow is devastating. I mean, that thing does not scale the way it should scale. It does so much damage. Especially if you just hit it raw, forward two Fatal Blow. So I just think nobody wanted to give the other one the upper hand. Yeah.
I'm watching back on the stream, which is a little bit slower, a little bit delayed for us. And you're right. They were both just barely above the little notch in the life bar. So, okay, fair enough. It's a good call.
Hey.
So that means that it's Wise Gemini moving on. He'll be in grand finals on the winner's side. Gambler stuck with Sub-Zero the whole time. Look, that's what you got to do if it's a character that you're intent on learning. You got to put yourself in those situations where it's really, you really need to forge kind of a bond with the character. And that's the time when you do that is when the times are really tough. Yeah. And so I like that. I think that was a really good idea, even in the loss. I think that's nice. So he's still alive, obviously, in losers finals. It will be either Pop-Tart or Cobra Tango who plays against him there.
And also, if you lose in the winners finals, you get an extra set to play. And if you guys want to play in these tournaments or any tournaments, be sure to head over and check out PS4 Tournaments. The Mortal Kombat Pro competition is presented by PS4 Tournaments, so check out the Open Series. Tournaments that are happening on a weekly basis. Not just MK, a lot of different things. If you guys want to find out more about PS4 Open Series, head on over to compete.playstation.com. You guys can sign in with your PSN ID. Super simple to get into those brackets. And as we're winding down here, the top 4 competitors here, the loser of this match will be going home with 4th place. It's a good amount of points. but they will never know how far they could have possibly made it to the losers finals and grand finals, and that's it's definitely stuff that keeps you up at night. And the winner of this tournament could potentially go on to defeating King Gambler in losers finals, and then hopefully defeating Wise Gemini in the grand finals. So never count anyone out. Remember, Pop-Tart was the one that knocked Cobra into this lower bracket, into the losers bracket. So hey,
it's the run back.
Right, David? That's
and
right.
Pop-Tart started this weekend out in 18th place in points overall, so he's probably pretty reasonably into top 16 now. Cobra Tango came into this with 0 points at all, and I did the math. Man's got to get at least second place to make sure that he's in the top 16, so he's got a lot of work ahead of him. Now, there's still one more week, but that's if he finds that today, he can probably be in. We'll see, though. Fun match. You got Term again. You got Zakotal again.
Yeah, so these characters have mid command grabs options. I feel like, I guess Terminator has a few more options up close, whereas Kotal's got some really, really far range buttons. A lot of people complain about Terminator and say, he's got like T-Rex arm syndrome, where he just, doesn't have a very far advancing. Oh, the hop there versus.
He's making some genius reads out here. It just didn't work out. But Pop-Tart, by virtue of just straight up sitting still, made the right call.
Right call. What he needed. What he needed in that situation.
Fight.
See the little bit of adaptation here coming out of Cobra if you can. Running man stances hits the regular. Now that was kind of like what you talked about before in that last game. Using your projectiles, your zoning tools as footsie tools, as a way to obtain space and kind of understand what buttons your opponent is going to be pressing. Especially a character like Kotal, he's going to be swinging from a really far distance here.
And swinging up close, apparently, as Pop-Tart swings in. He's got the corner. He's got big damage. He's got an amplified grab already. Okay. And that will be game number 1 going to Pop-Tart pretty convincingly.
Yeah, Pop-Tart did not seem scared to, be up close against Cobra Tango. I feel like a lot of people say that, Terminator's bad matchups are the ones where he can, get zoned out and, can be pushed back, controlled from far range. But it really wasn't the case there because, Kotal Khan wants to get in there too. He's got his command grab. He's got his mix. Again, not as devastating or as, well-rounded as Terminator's options on his opponent on their knockdown. But still, you got to guess, jump out of here or don't jump out of here.
Sometimes you can really boil it down in that way. That's right. That's right. And you're seeing the interplay of these two characters, pretty significantly different options. Even if they have kind of the same mentality like you were discussing, Term doesn't have anything like that forward too. It's just, he has to be so much closer to start the party. But as you were saying as well, once he starts the party, it's pretty kicking. Oh yeah. But Pop-Tart with that game number 1 looking strong. And really maintaining that mid-range as his wheelhouse. Getting here it is, forward 2 at the range where it counts, and Cobra just trying to do something else.
Yeah. Seeing more command grabs coming out of Cobra, or could be playing to the complete opposite tune there, going to try to counter that. And Pop-Tart's been so good at that, hitting that down one, recognizing what situation you want to tick throw from, or just it's gonna hit and let me get the throw afterwards. Of the side switch here coming out of Cobra. Here comes the mid command grab of his own. Obviously not as much, but when you have him up against the wall in the corner, the tick throw with the low, going to be trying to fulfill those crushing blow requirements. It is a long game. We got hopefully 2 more rounds here in this game.
What a call out from Cobra Tango as he ran up in running man stance and Pop-Tart tried to jump. Cobra had the launcher instead.
And keep in mind, he ended it with the forward I'll be back breaker. So he's only got to do 1 more, and it's going to be fully loaded for that crushing blow. And that crushing blow is devastating. Not sure if we're going to be seeing it here in this game. Wait, hold on a second. Connects the hug. And now it's loaded. If he goes, I'll be back breaker, amplify to the back or behind him, it's going to pop him up for huge, huge damage here. Hit the overhead as he does that low super early.
I like it for Pop-Tart to immediately go into command grab. He's immediately got the corner, immediately got pressure. That's both offensive bars spent, though. Way too far. Yeah, maybe if you were Cole Khan.
Oh, what a heartbreaker, man. I mean, he executed it perfectly there, but just a little miscalculation on the spacing. Oh, flawless blocks the down one on Wake Up.
Oh, boy.
He might kill him with Fatal Blow here.
Oh, boy. Show me Fatal Blow. Now, very important not to have done the breakaway, but I don't know that this is going to be enough versus this 1050 character. It's not enough.
If he was any other character.
Oh.
And
You're
you gotta.
right. If that was anybody with 1,000 or 950 life, that would be well enough, but not versus this big boy.
You gotta wonder if that was a miscalculation there from Cobra Tango. You know, not everybody, has time to read how much HP is left, but most people just kind of have a general idea. And sometimes you forget Kodal is totally fair and has 100 more health than all these other characters.
And nobody's bitter about it.
No way. Who would be upset with that? With a character that has the ability to heal mid-match. Throw in the regular disc, keeping them away. Here comes the mids. Now let's say Cobra Tango is not looking to block, trying to swing, start some offense of his own. Tries to jump in, but nobody's home.
I think looking for breakaway. But Pop-Tart's been very rarely doing that. And now Cobra Tango. Safe there. Trying to get his way in. Yes, the command grab begins. Oh boy! The fear on both sides. What a hop! What a genius! And he maybe it ends up working out. Boy, I really thought that was just going to be shotgun, but ends up working out for LMNY Cobra Tango to tie it up 1-1.
What a call out, man. What a good read there. Knew exactly when that command grab was coming out. Now, we saw a little bit of that earlier in today's top 8, where we saw a little bit of the patterns kind of coming out to play. And again, you got to keep in mind, these guys did meet in the bracket. So it could be something as simple as, fresh off of a loss, somebody studying the match, somebody trying to, recognize where could I have, made altercations to my defense. What did my opponent like getting away with, and how do I study it? And right there, a short hop is definitely not safe, but I think it's one of those things that are a little bit tougher to punish. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's a good option against Kodal. But again, it's not something that you're going to be able to easily do on the fly. It's something that you're going to have to get used to blocking. And that could have been a huge difference maker. I mean, Cobra Tango still here, still ready to go, man. One apiece here, these two players. Even after, barely losing in that second round where he used that fatal blow, able to keep it together. That is a tough thing to do, competitor at any level.
Well, Cobra Tango's already got the corner, and kind of got the corner in the sense that Pop-Tart put him in the corner, and Cobra Tango got to the other side. When the mix-ups are all working out, it's not a ton at each time. That's the game for Terminator. Pop-Tart back to this range he likes to be at. Who wouldn't? Yep, that threatening spot where he comes in and will surely take the round.
Yeah, and that was Cobra Tango kind of trying to fill the space between, where he was anticipating Kodal to come in. Obviously he doesn't have too great of, forward advancing pokes, but usually that down 4 is the go-to poke button when it comes to Terminator. Love the recognition there. The down 3 does hit, able to give him those super plus frames for that command grab, but just like that, finds himself on his back in the corner against the character with a mid command grab that can just keep you here over and over again. Jumps out, but doesn't go into the hug.
Yeah, pretty rare to see that.
It's the official name of it, right? It's the hug.
I think it's called actually the hug. Yeah, sure.
Flawless block up 2.
He's got to get her. Yeah, there was no margin for error on Cobra Tango's side. He needed to run that completely. That was really just button into sunlight. I mean, that was the only idea there. But that was going to be enough. So
Yeah.
2-1 now for Pop-Tart.
What was the difference. I mean, I feel like game number 2, it was such a back and forth, it came down to the wire. We had some great comebacks, the command grabs connecting, that crushing blow requirement, fulfilling out slowly through. But, this one was just straight getting rolled over. I mean, Cobra Tango just, I guess he just wasn't getting the right call. It wasn't getting, it wasn't anticipating right. And, Pop-Tart really mixing it up real nicely.
Garage bunker.
Just that big range. I think that is the main concern. Oh, did he switch it up? He's got Ion Grenade. This is the one that we saw him play a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
Back when he was playing versus Hatman. And that was seemingly pretty tough to deal with. I think the question is just whether you're accustomed to dealing with it or not. We'll find out whether Pop-Tart is.
I mean, I can tell you personally, I've never labbed against this specific, loadout or this specific ability. I mean, it's not something that you're used to seeing here. Throwing up the sun and summoning it to actually chase around the opponent, gets the neutral jump. And, I love the approach here from Cobra Tango. You want to ignore the sun and just, keep fighting forward.
Do what you gotta do, yeah. What a hop! Yep, he's down there forever as he jumped up into the sky, and now it's match point for Pop-Tart.
A really, really long recovery there on that running man command grab. I mean, it's good. It's mid. You don't get too much off of it, but a lot of recovery. So you got to use it sparingly. But it all comes down to whether Pop-Tart has realized, I'm going to make him stop using it. But it looks like we won't even get there as Pop-Tart connecting this command grab, hitting the normal, swinging. That is a very unsafe low there. I'm actually surprised he decided to go for it.
Chance here for Cobra Tango, who has not convinced Pop-Tart not to press stuff there. And we definitely see that Pop-Tart now a couple of times is accustomed to it. Forward 2 on Wake Up. We saw back 1 as well earlier. All right. Oh boy, with an Amplify, this is going to be one hit, one grab away from taking it. Even Sun, yes! Oh, wow. Pop-Tart really played that well.
Yeah.
And the big difference of having something like Forward 2 in that mid screen, so that it was really always on him to be able to start the pressure, right? They got up close almost in every case because Pop-Tart got close with Forward 2 into string. And then sometimes Cobra would turn that kind of situation into his own offense. But the way that they're close in the first place was really Pop-Tart controlling the show. Yeah.
I feel like, Cobra Tango is the one that had to initially guess out of it. And once he guessed out of it, he was able to apply a little bit of offense. But, in terms of, that spacing, Pop-Tart was just kind of, all over, making that down 4 whiff. And he was getting a lot of mileage there, pretending to go for the, for the far range normal, pretending to go for Forward 2, and just kind of he just played it so well, man. That was like pure footsies for the most part for Pop-Tart. And then once you get past that pure footsies range, you're going into Mix City. So unfortunate for all you Cobra Tango fans out there. I know there's a lot of them. He's going to be going out of this tournament in 4th place. And Pop-Tart going to be moving on to face King Gambler in today's losers finals. And the winner of that will have the pleasure of fighting Wise Gemini in the grand finals, where they're going to have to defeat him in not just 1 set, but 2 consecutive sets in order to double eliminate him. Wise Gemini has not lost a set at all in today's tournament. So both his tournament lives are still fully intact. Gonna be tough, man. Gonna be really tough to fight someone as consistent and just honestly as talented as Wise Gemini. Doesn't matter what character he's using. We saw the sub mirror, and he was just looking incredible there. We do want to give a big shout out to the merch store. If you guys want to rep your realm, rep your community, especially you Molina stands out there. I know how much you guys love yelling at the top of your lungs on Twitter. Rep your realm. Rep your character here with this Melina t-shirt. We also have a Scorpion t-shirt, Sub-Zero t-shirt, and we got a lot of different options here. Different colors, different styles. You can represent, pro competition, North America, Liga Latina, anything you want there. And we do have some extra characters there. This slide does not do it justice. If you guys want to see the full catalog, make sure you head over to Amazon.com/Mortal Kombat. You can pick up some nice t-shirts, some nice hoodies, a lot of good things there. But we are going to be taking a quick break before we get into our top 3, our losers finals and grand finals. So don't go anywhere. We're going to be right back.
Welcome back to the top 3 of this week's Mortal Kombat Pro Comp NAWEST. We have an all-Texas top 3 for y'all. It's going to be a good one. My name's Ultra David, and joining me still, we got Darth Arma. What's up, man?
Not much, man. Yeah, I guess I didn't really think about how dominant Texas was here, but definitely a great collection of talented players. Of course, in the top 2, in terms of the winner side, King Gambler and Wise Gemini, really, really good players. Probably the 2 most notable players in this top 8, but we did have a lot of talent here so far. But if you guys are just joining us, we are coming down to the top of it here. Only 3 players remaining so far. In the losers finals, it's going to be Pop-Tart versus King Gambler, and the winner of that is going to be facing off against Wise Gemini in the grand finals. But you got to keep in mind, this is a double elimination tournament. Wise Gemini needs to lose 2 consecutive sets in order to be eliminated from the tournament. So, you're Wise Gemini, you're sitting pretty comfortably here. I mean, you feel like you're in a good spot. You got a little wiggle room. Maybe you're going to see a different character out of them. Maybe we're just going to see more Sub-Zero. Who knows? But either way, I know we're going to be seeing some really, really good gameplay from all these players. And it's
Gambler and Pop-Tart from opposite parts of the state. I guess not literally opposite. Pretty far away, though. El Paso's pretty far out there. And then Dallas, where King Gambler is. Yeah, pretty far away. Yeah, to the east. Hopefully the connection's good. No, it's not that big. But yeah, shout out to the Texas scene. They had several players in this top 8. Those 3 all started on the winner's side, and they are in this top 3 as well. So they're killing it today. That's for sure. In coming into this, Pop-Tart, again, 18th in points overall. Gambler and Wise Gemini were in 10th and 11th. They're probably pretty solidly in the top 10 now. So I think that's not a big concern for them at this stage. Pop-Tart, now having been in 3rd place at least, is going to be within that top 16 that you need to be in. Question is, how deep can he get into there? Right. So that's still what's on the line for him.
Yeah, and you always want to have a little bit more, wiggle room. You don't want to be the 16th player in there because, you could have an outlier, sign up for just the final week, win the whole thing, and then, they kind of pass you up in points, or you get bumped down. So you want to be as deep as possible in here. And as long as you perform on that regional finals day, you're going to be in the money. $10,000 on the line for this region. These guys are just trying to qualify just to get into that final show. We're going to be seeing Sub-Zero again here from King Gambler. Pop-Tart going with Total Con, not switching it up too much here.
No, but he does have the cat at least, and there you see why.
I'm actually
get through.
How did he recover in time from that ice ball? That was
really fast, dude. Yeah,
that was close. That was so close. I never really, I guess, pointed out exactly how fast Sub-Zero recovers from that.
Yeah, Amplified Ice is super fast.
Just trying to inch in here. Does use the cat to make his way in, to force the way in for Khan to put him in certain situations. But, I think Sub-Zero is okay with that, especially if he can keep it safe with Creeping Ice. Go for the overhead of the low. Creeping Ice just to chip out, but another route to take is just kind of a nice little back throw. Your opponent's going to be holding on to block and just kind of take advantage of that.
I mean, my concern is that after Amplified Cat, I think you're -7 if I recall correctly. And that means you're point blank next to Sub-Zero when he's +7, which is a bummer, potentially a bummer.
Oh yeah.
Hasn't been a big problem quite yet, and Pop-Tart is where he wants to be. gonna be able to keep it going as well.
Gonna amplify and switch the sides here. Keep closer to the corner, up against the wall. Beautiful hit confirm into that cut, just to kind of launch him up. And that's gonna be the unblockable, scary stuff. Watch out for it. But here comes the sun. Totally.
It's very smart. Look, there was maybe a chance that if Fatal Blow had started there, it would have been okay, would have gone through. But that means that his opponent comes off Fatal Blow in a point where it's just like really not worth it, which would have been fine for Pop-Tart as well. So good call.
Definitely him, like, weighing all the different options. What could have happened, what didn't happen. Oh, we see King Gambler getting really ballsy with that move. Very brave to go for the down 4 into the slide. Now it does get you pretty good damage. It does hit as a low, but very, very punishing.
Tricky! Threatening with hop overhead. Instead it was the command grab, and now he waltzes right back in, as you do. Oh, Gambler patient overhead. There it was. And is this ready? It's not quite. Uh-oh! Big uh-oh. Reset! The comeback grab! I think it's gonna be enough! Pop-Tart ends up taking that game? Oh my!
It was the standing 2 animation there from Kotal Khan, where he swings the sword around like from behind his back. It looked like it put him in an ungrabbable state because King Gambler went in. He was right next to him. It definitely was close enough to make that connection, but you really got to see the specific, I guess, characteristics or the what comes with that move. That stand 2, is it throwable? Does it move his hurt box back a certain way or lower that you can't get thrown? So many things to question there, but that was the momentum shift. And it kind of seemed like it was one of those things where King Gambler felt like it was in his hands, like I had it, and I'm slowly letting it, fall and crumble to pieces as Kotal Khan just kind of comes in here.
Well, great comeback by Pop-Tart. And now it's on King Gambler to find more opportunities. I do feel like there were lots of situations where he was plus frames and didn't take super strong advantage of it. Saw a lot of just trying to hit confirm rather than bringing it overhead low. I mean, it's just a style choice. You don't need to be mixing up all the time. But right now, it's Pop-Tart who is mixing up big time. Still here. What a hop!
And if he didn't commit to a button, he could have actually gotten a full combo punish, but that's okay. King Gambler continuing this onslaught, continuing these combos, jumps over again, and hold on a second. Sub-Zero has got a big jump in 1 for you. That long arm just reaching, connecting, and guaranteeing those combos, but Kotal Khan has the command grab, mid-command grab. You can't duck these. Tries to go for the tick throw there, but this time King Gambler getting hit by it, whether on purpose or not really sure. And look at that punish here. Textbook from Pop-Tart, ready to swing with his fastest move when it comes to punishing. And he's not leaving anything up to chance here. Right into the fatal blow to secure that round, secure this momentum here.
Round 2, fight.
Cat out the gate, coming at you here. Gonna freeze, a nice hit confirm coming out of King Gambler. Didn't like that loss and looking to write a whole new chapter in this book, in this set. As he knows Pop-Tart is here to play and he's here to sweat. The down 4 checking him after he's negative.
Oh, but didn't come in. Been pretty rare that he has not committed and tried for the whip punish. He was not quite in time. Really trying to keep his eyes open. Okay, here's the commitment this time. King Gambler's gonna load up one more of these. Pretty substantial life lead, but you can never sit too pretty in this matchup.
You definitely cannot take your eyes off the road for 1 second here. This could happen here if Kotal Khan does connect, but he didn't commit to the whole string. That could have been the momentum he wanted. Gets out of the way of creeping ice, but does launch him up. Coming off that breakaway.
Uh-oh! Now he did already use the fatal, but if he finds one more hit, he is gonna do it.
If it's the right hit, he absolutely will. And he just goes for the slide.
What
He
a
just goes for
gigantic
it.
read on Gambler's side. That was to lose that round.
Could've-
Win or lose.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I appreciate the commitment, but he's in the corner yet again.
Slides out of the not a good spot. I'm actually surprised that King Gambler's backdashing in that scenario where he blocks the cap, but Mortal Kombat definitely doesn't have frame advantage after that. Big jump in ones here from Sub-Zero, locking him into a really, really bad situation here. Thanks to the corner, hopping up a little higher and able to kind of cash in on that crushing blow. And speaking of more crushing blows, that ice amplified slide. Ready to go.
Think back to the end of the previous round, and it was down 4 slide that kept King Gambler alive. That was almost a 2-0, very close to a 2-0 for Pop-Tart. Instead, having won that round, and then that one more convincingly, especially on the strength of those last 2 crushing blows, it's now 1-1, but that really could have been different.
Could have been. Yeah, and you really gotta like wonder when it comes down to these like tiny little decisions that happen. And you know what? Like if you are Pop-Tart, you should be understanding that, because King Gambler's been doing that all night. He's been willing to risk it, willing to bet it all on that, and he also just loves conditioning someone into thinking, okay, even when I do block these really, really good down 4s, they hit as low, they're really far away, there is that possibility that he's going to go crazy and hit that slide. So, Gambler's just kind of trying to condition you to keep blocking after blocking a down 4. Down 4 slide does not combo at all, but you can cancel it. And, if they try to do anything, if they try to swing for their turn, they try to, kind of jump out of pressure, that slide is going to hit.
Well, I do think we're seeing King Gambler do a better job of turn opportunities into mix-ups, where he is taking more chances, he's committing more after forward 2, he's trying more back 3s than before. We've seen grabs now more often. His mix-up game is really coming into focus. The footsies are looking good too! He's just pestering. With, I was just gonna say, with the interactable behind. Oh, got him! Wow, what a pickup! Pop-Tart's here. He's got the corner just like that. There's no breakaway yet. Available in case Gambler gets hit. Got it now. That's the commitment, though!
Ready to live and die by the slide. King Gambler trying to take this game number 3, trying to take the lead here in this losers finals. Right now, Kotal Khan with his back up against the wall. What's King Gambler going to do? He's going to apply pressure. No, backing off and just waiting for him to whiff in front of him. Here comes Sub-Zero, close enough to the corner, but drops the conversion here. The weird, strange little corner-specific pop-up. Here comes the big boot from Kotal Khan, amplifying that disc toss. Look at the down 1 dash down 1 from King Gambler. That is showing you how aggressive he wants to play. He wants to be in your face, and he doesn't want to leave. Just slides just like that, and he does it again. This guy is a madman, blocking through that whole thing, very brave, and knowing that command grab was not coming out. Backing off, and again, looking for that whiff from Kotal Khan, but this time Pop-Tart being a little bit more cautious to it, not really committing to buttons in that normal state just because he's in range. He knows Sub-Zero does have a pretty good, movement backwards.
Pop-Tart, even for Chip, really wake up grab! Gambler could take it. Oh, he could take it. In fact, this actually might be it. It's gonna be close. This is that 1050 character. Yeah, we'll see.
Oh, just dead. I think that came down to the wire. I think that was like 10 or 20 health more than what he had remaining. And King Gambler taking this lead here 2-1. But we've seen Pop-Tart, clutch it out in the situations where he needed to clutch it out. Command grab doing its thing, forcing someone to be scared of it, forcing people to take hits because they're trying to jump away from it. We can see the changeup. We can see the changeup in style here coming out of
Sub-Zero, Kotal Khan.
Coming out of Pop-Tart.
Well, I would think he's probably gone back to that Grand Discus variation. Let's see. Cat really didn't figure in super big. Yeah, that makes sense. So he'll have that better frame advantage on block with that than with Cat.
Yeah, I think it goes back to what you were saying about Cat. You know, even though it's your, I wouldn't say your free way in, a pretty solid way to get in to close the distance, but you know, you're next to a 50-50 machine at -7 frames. Like, he is gonna swing, he's gonna challenge you with those down ones, down fours, and it's gonna open up, you know, a whole world of options for him. Beautiful hit confirmed. King Gambler connecting that back three pretty much at max range here. Big boot to be extremely plus, and Pop-Tart being super respectful. King Gambler's got to realize that next time he makes a block, that big forward boot. Amplifying the ice, taking him out of the corner, but fulfilling that crushing blow requirement. Once he's got 3, that's ready to go.
He's already got a couple. It's been fast.
Oh yeah, it's King Gambler. He loves to slide. Loves to slide, just like Pop-Tart loves to connect forward too. Just like Pop-Tart likes to hit this mid-command grab, amplifying it, keeping him in the corner, dunking him over and over again, doing chip damage, trying to stay as safe as possible. Oh, he blocks the overhead, stood up for it, and just like that, Pop-Tart feeling it one more time here. This is going to be do or die for Pop-Tart. He can't lose this match, or else he's going to be eliminated from the tournament. So he's just got to stay nice and consistent here. So because he got hit by that, he was actually able to punish him. That was really, really strange and specific here from King Gambler. Whoa,
a couple of funky situations on both sides.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Stealing a turn, here's Pop-Tart. Gambler threatening, yes, but only with back 3, back 1. Here's the grab finally. We haven't seen too much of it. And it's hit confirmed. It's safety first. Hasn't pressed the button since the boot. Still has not. It's Pop-Tart. Okay, finally, and what else? Down 4 slide and overhead. Round, and for sure you spend the KB there, and it's match point King Gambler trying to get into grand finals.
That down 4 in a slide is such a crazy thing to deal with. Again, normally that down poke, you know, once you block it, you are free to swing, but King Gambler canceling it out with that very unsafe stuff here. Got to keep your opponents guessing, keep them on their toes. King Gambler thinking a command grab was coming, so he decided to take to the air, poking with down 1 on the wake up to get those plus frames and to set up that throw condition here. As Pop-Tart is holding onto that block button, holding on to up in the corner as he's trying to get out of here, decides to block, and King Gambler not going the risky route 3 times, trying to go the low route here. Not going in any kind of creeping ice because he is looking for some kind of hit confirm into the ice ball here for some good damage, especially in the corner. The Pop-Tart, the King Gambler is not letting go of block at all. Not going to be fast enough there to punish that ice ball like David said before. That thing is so fast.
Well, here's Pop-Tart. He just chased, by the way, King Gambler all the way from the right to all the way now to the left. And King Gambler's gonna be close.
Oh, this time I think he's alive. This time I think he's alive.
I think he's gone,
he's dead.
buddy.
He's dead.
I think he's deleted, and King Gambler is gonna take it 3 games to 1.
I mean, every time I think that Fatal Blow is gonna scale, it just doesn't. Like, the more I say, like, yeah, it's gonna scale. No, it's gonna do more and more damage, man. Such a good checkmate situation, such a good comeback factor in that Fatal Blow. Like, a lot of characters don't have as much of a threat behind their Fatal Blow. Like, sometimes, you know, certain characters or certain Fatal Blows are a little bit tougher to combo into. But, you know, Sub-Zero, of course, a hit confirm machine, a very easy tell. You know, you're frozen, you're sitting there, and you're just waiting for your life to disappear. So huge shout outs to King Gambler for playing so well there. And, you know, rocking Sub-Zero so far. He's going to get his run back against Wise Gemini. And we also do want to give a shout out to Pop-Tart for, you know, putting on that awesome display of Kotal power here. making it all the way through all these different players in the lower bracket after, getting knocked in there a little bit sooner than he thought. So huge shout outs to all our competitors. They're going to be solidifying a lot of points. Some of them are going to be solidifying deeper into that top 16 range. Some of them are still going to have to come back and try to qualify some more in our final week 8 bracket, which is going to be happening in weeks. A lot of regional finals coming up, a lot of final qualifying weeks. I do want to give a shout out to Astro Gaming before we go into our next game. Huge shout outs to Astro Gaming for being a partner here for the Mortal Kombat Pro competition. All the audio, all the caster audio is powered by Astro during the entirety of the season. If you guys want to find out more about Astro Gaming, all their products, their officially licensed PlayStation audio products, and more, which are available now, head on over to astrogaming.com. A lot of good stuff here, and we're ready. We're ready to go into our grand final.
We got the grand finals. It is a rematch of winners finals when it was Sub-Zero. Wise Gemini versus King Gambler. You all know that Wise Gemini took that 3-0. It is a rematch here in this week's grand finals. North America West, number 7. The players were hanging out in the chat, and King Gambler said, all right, give me my ice cream rematch. Winner has to do the ice cream friendship. Deal? Wise Gemini said, deal. We're in here making it happen.
It's gonna happen at the end, no matter what. I don't know, maybe we're gonna see a sneaky brutality. Here comes a big forward 2. The second time around, though, King Gambler being a little bit more wise to it, able to swing back. And we got a slightly different costume here coming from the guys. Now one's a little glowier than the other that we can tell. So we really want to thank Wise Gemini for changing up the character customization.
Ooh. Wasn't quite at the right spot for the down one to connect. However, King Gambler's whiff punish was looking on. Oh boy! Oh boy!
I think this is going to scale a lot.
I want to. I agree.
Yeah, I think it's going to scale
he needs
a
one
lot.
more. Oh! But he's right next to him. Oh! He just barely connected with the tippity tip of forward 2.
Just that last little shard of ice coming out of that axe at the very, very top. I also like how he didn't commit to the whole string. He, in case he did block it, he was going to try to stay, as safe as possible. Here comes the big boot and a respect here from Wise Gemini as he blocks after that forward for super plus frames for Sub-Zero. Again, King Gambler keeping it real basic, the down one right after being super plus to keep your opponent from doing anything crazy, poking back, trying to jump out of the way. Overhead, forward 2 from Wise Gemini. Going to be cashing in big time here thanks to the amplified ice ball up against the wall, up against the corner, not really committing to anything super unsafe, but just kind of throwing those springs out there to get whatever little damage he can. I think he's dead here.
I think you're right. I think this one's close. Yes, I think you're right, though. The swoop is what did it.
A little swoop at the end where he just swings him around his body. No one, I never really stopped to think about how ridiculous that is. You gotta be really strong.
What do you mean? It's so cold that it freezes directly to the opponent's body. Yeah, come on. Makes sense.
That's it. Oh, big crushing blow here. Amplified.
Oh, wow. What timing. It was clearly not something his opponent was expecting. King Gambler in the corner and in trouble.
Tries to hit the throw at the end, didn't hit it fast enough, so he was able to tech it. It wasn't really a punish, giving him a crushing blow of his own, but I don't know if that's going to be enough to do anything.
The idea of back 2 right there made sense, right? He called out the jumps, and that typically is a great anti-air, but I think he was just honestly a few pixels away from being where he needed to be to have that connect. Wise Gemini goes up 1-0.
It's really heartbreaking when you know somebody had the right intention. Like, obviously he did that. That move's not safe. Especially if someone can reversal slide like Sub-Zero. Like, it's just free damage. but the intention was, okay, he's going to jump here. I'm going to anti-air him, buffer in, the freeze to get a combo, and he was just like, off.
He didn't get it. And you know what's funny is that in Twitch chat, King Gambler says, "I read him." Oh my god, and that's true. But he just didn't have the spacing right, and that's just as important.
Big shout outs to King Gambler for filling us in, for expressing the frustration. But these guys are having fun. They are friends. Obviously, we're getting the ice cream run back. And, I think they're happy that they're both in the grand finals here, and they're both getting a huge amount of points here. But Wise Gemini just seems to be a little bit, more on the ball here than King Gambler. Spacing, just kind of like outclassing him just a little bit, not a lot. It's definitely not a wash by any means, but it's just Wise Gemini being like a little bit of a step ahead here. I love the way he's using that ice ball, kind of like as a footsie tool. See Wise Gemini making huge strides there. And look at the whiff punish and the patience from King Gambler here.
Yeah, his footsies have looked really good. And again, and he gets the whiff punish here. This round for him in particular is looking fantastic, and he's got the round on it.
To fulfill that crushing blow requirement, I think that was the third slide. Knowing King Gambler, definitely hitting slides as much as possible. Love doing that with Sub-Zero. You never feel as free as you do, like to just really throw moves in there until you slide under some projectiles. It's a really crazy feeling.
Gambler did try for the KB though on the big running forward 4. However, finds the ice. And Wise Gemini scheming his way in. The slow approach. His mid-range from about here has been really good. He's called out a bunch of those moments. This time, no, though. King Gambler with aware, ready for the block. Slide all of a sudden from what? Wise is here. The overhead at max range.
Super max range. Very far. Not catching an KB. As Wise Gemini still has another round to win afterwards. So why come off those? Oh, hold on a second. King Gambler, one more mix-up, and he can get this here. Definitely going to be cashing in big time here. And he gets punished thanks to that breakaway here from Wise Gemini. Just a little sneaky there. King Gambler taking too many risks.
That movement, that in and out, is looking really effective right now for Wise Gemini. Slide as the forward 4 was going forward. Now we're in the final round. Why not use it? Oh, a little bit better in spacing. There's Wise. Yes, he's got the corner. We've seen this before. We've seen a lot of him getting corner control. Barely connecting again. I'm telling you, that happens so many times. The tip of that forward 2 is where Wise Gemini has made a lot of work. With punishing with it, just being at max range and the opponent not blocking, or the opponent trying to jump up in the sky. That didn't work either. That spot has really been his.
Yeah. The tip of those glowing ice axes, just like barely making it there at the very end. It's kind of crazy because like the customized equipped item is kind of like, I feel like it makes the animation a little bit more dynamic. And not saying that I would react to that, but obviously really good players like King Gambler could start reacting to that, but it's still such a good overhead that gives Sub-Zero so much. Yes, it is super unsafe, for most of the follow-ups outside of just creeping ice, but it's just like a good tool to have in your arsenal. Keep your opponent guessing. They're too worried about the overhead and low that they don't look for throw, things like that, and they just like walk all over them.
Wise Gemini bringing it out as well, and his slide just right after that. Oh boy, we're seeing the mix. A bit too far. But, in a lot of these situations, I just get the sense that Wise Gemini is a little bit more experienced in terms of the location, in terms of like what to look for at any one spot. And I'm sure Gambler will get there, but right now Wise has him 5 straight in this mirror match.
It's definitely a statement. Not a good feeling here as King Gambler coming down at the end of his life. But hold on a second, switches it up over to the other side, connects that back too, but didn't really go into anything else. I think he's gonna kill him here. I think it's barely going to kill him here. That last little hit should be just enough to do the damage here. No! 2 health left. Oh, he just did it.
He sure did.
I think he just figured he was on, borrowed life anyway. He's like, I
Yeah,
shouldn't be alive, but, let's
It's
go for
a
it.
50-50. Yeah, no, it totally makes sense. Happened to get strong. The sweeping back to right back into the mix is wise. Again, he has no more offensive bar, so the overhead threat into Ice Ball is not there. But the low is Gambler got it first. And Gambler's pressure now in the corner, something we haven't seen too often. Actually, he backed off.
Right in his face. Did you see that shimmy? Just faking a
Did I
go
see
for
double
throw.
dash in his opponent's face? Yeah, so much, yeah.
So scared of throw here. And Wise Gemini coming off that crushing blow resource here. That slide.
Fight.
Build crushing blow requirement. Getting him so much damage here. Enough to take that round. Nice patience here, blocking both those amplified ice attempts, just looking for that free damage. And here's the free jump in from Sub-Zero. Jump 1 is super duper good. So tired of everyone saying it's not. Jump in punch to keep him grounded, trying to take away the option of breakaway for as long as possible. But of course, it's definitely an added bonus when they do it at the end of the combo. Huge damage here, but not enough. The down 2 from Wise Gemini on the wake up gets the follow-up afterwards. Tries to hit the overhead, and it's just not successful here. King Gambler on the board here for this mirror.
I really like the defense that we saw at that last little moment there, King Gambler. As he blocked, obviously the blocking was key. But what I like about it is that he was crouch blocking or crouching. And then when he saw that Wise backed off to what was basically max forward 2 range, just a little bit rangier than back 3, right? That's a range where almost always the threat is going to be the overhead. It could have been slide, I guess, right? These guys are doing it, but it's probably not going to be. So I really like that he showed the low block and then stood block just beforehand. Classic defensive techniques versus an overhead low character. Looking good there was Gambler as he stays alive. It's 2-1 Wise still, but Gambler's alive. His first game in these 2 sets that they have played is taken right there.
Finally got on the board there. A little bit of a confidence booster. Gambler also in the chat saying, laughing, no 6-0. I think he's just happy. He's got a little moral victory here. Wise Gemini finding the hit afterwards. The 1-2 into the ice ball. Trying to keep the combo as simple as possible.
Look, dude, he could get his own 6-0. Fact, if he wins the next 2 and then there's a reset, he could totally get his own 6-0.
Good, he could get these 6 straight here. The first step is this victory. You already attained King Gambler. Keep it going. Keep being the footsie god that you are. Oh, jumping over the other side. There's the little short hop here from King Gambler. Again, super risky, but mix-up option nonetheless. Oh, tries to hit the overhead, but nobody was home. King Gambler is jumping for the sky, and this is going to be enough just because he barely got into that fatal blow territory. Had King Gambler had a little bit more health left on his bar, that option would not have presented itself, and it just totally bypassed the fatal blow range for Wise Gemini. Wise Gemini getting knocked down a little bit here as King Gambler making the adaptation, making the adjustments necessary to try to take this mirror match.
Scheming on the approach here. Too far! And now it's Wise, the one who's whiffing. How about that? As King Gambler feels more confident, looks better. Pretty sure that's King Gambler. The one I'm talking about.
Yeah,
80%.
Pretty sure. Yeah, one's not glowing. Wait, no, they went back to the same costume.
Yeah, right. That's it's hard to tell.
We gotta look at the life bars here.
I had to call for a while on the one that had the yellow ice, just because I thought it was hilarious, but now it's not there anymore.
So switching it up on us. He's trolling us. Whoa, instant jump 3 out of there. What a good anti-air. What a good way to get someone out of the sky. And King Gambler going down here as Wise Gemini taking round number 2. Wise Gemini now on tournament point here, trying to get first place in this week's NA. Popping him up higher thanks to the corner. Goes for the full string. I guess he was trying to go for that crushing blow, but just a little miscalculated here.
Gonna try it again here. Got it here. 386. If he finds one more of the right combos, that was not the right one. Gambler lives. And he could run it as well. That is the nature of this character.
Oh, yeah.
It'll be point blank.
Gotta mix. Gotta mix. Oh, he thought he was gonna go for some kind of throw, and he ducks under the throw attempt, and here comes the big fist right to the chin. And Wise Gemini just adding insult to injury, keeping that combo going. And of course, the ice cream man is coming. These guys are friends. They're having fun. But Wise Gemini is the one coming out as the victor for tonight's top